We are live here on Lake TV from Boonville, Missouri. Believe it or not, it's live. High school football. We got the Boonville Pirates and your hometown Osage Indians on the road tonight. I'm William Holtz, joined by the Hall of Famer Mike Bissell. And Mike, when it comes to Class 3 football, doesn't get a whole lot better than the matchup we've got for you on Lake TV tonight.
Yeah, a conference game as well. And, of course, at this time of the year, as we hit the final third of the regular season, always thinking about district implications as well.
Yeah, and tonight, both the Boonville Pirates and the Osage Indians playing really good football lately, and both ranked in the top 10 in Missouri Class 3. So it is a state power here tonight on Lake TV. Boonville at 4-2, Osage at 5-1. We got a whole lot for you tonight on our Central Ozarks Medical Center pregame show right after this.
At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic and 2 pediatricians with same-day appointments available. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone with 5 primary care locations conveniently located across the Ozarks. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
Tailgate season is here. Get ready for the fun at Husker GMC. We have the best prices on Sierra trucks, perfect for every adventure. Right now, buy a new Sierra 1500 Elevation and save over $9,000 off MSRP. There's a reason why so many customers choose Husker GMC. Shop and save on Sierra 1500, 2500, and 3500 at your GMC truck headquarters. Shop now at huskergmc.com or visit our showroom in Lincoln. We are professional grade.
Life truly is all about memories, but more importantly, those we create those memories with. And at Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes, our staff focuses on the families we serve.
Maybe you wouldn't necessarily know where to start. Josh showed up from the beginning to the end. He did amazing. I would absolutely recommend him to everybody I know.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we understand it's the little things that make a big difference for the families we serve.
And we're back on our Central Ozarks Medical Center pregame show for Week 7 of the Missouri State High School football season. And, Mike, we've had Osage now a couple of weeks this season. And what we've seen from them is a lot of good games. Of course, the Boonville or the Blair Oaks game, we throw that out. But 5-1 record coming into tonight. And what a season this team has had so far.
Yeah, Osage comes in, as you mentioned, in Class 3 District 4. Right now, they've got a hammerlock on the number 1 seed in the district. And, again, just in case you don't know, if you're the 1 seed, there's 7 teams in the district, so the 1 seed gets that first week bye. And then you play the lowest remaining seed. There's a good chance that we might see Hallsville again somewhere down the road here. But, yeah, this is a team that's playing really well right now, nicely diversified offense. And the defense getting takeaways. That was a big thing in the Hallsville game last week.
Yeah, they were all over the place. And as far as getting Week 10 off, potentially, it's always a big deal to get that first-round bye. But this year, even more important because the first week of playoffs is Halloween, Mike. So we can all go.
I didn't know that.
We can all go trick-or-treating this year, believe it or not. But, hey, so when we talk about Osage last week against Hallsville, right, man, that game was close. Hallsville came down, ate off 7 minutes off the first quarter clock. They ran the ball and ended up punching it in with a 2-point conversion, and just like that, Osage down 8-0, and at the half, 11-8. And as that third quarter started, whole different ball game.
Yeah, nice adjustments made at halftime. A singular, I'm not going to say flaw, but a singular lack of dispersion of the ball. There was no running back for the most part, so they made some nice adjustments on that. And not only was that first drive good for a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, they took 8 minutes off the clock or something like that, too. That kind of gets your defense down a little bit.
Yeah, and for them, exactly the way they wanted to start. And when you look at that third quarter, Osage took 5 minutes off the clock to score 28 points. Now, 2 of those were on a kickoff. One that just took a really good bounce and mental lapse probably for Hallsville. Osage recovered, forced fumble, but Osage was all over the place. They were capped off by Hunter Schreiman, had a 42-yard pick six in that game. And now
spectacular return, too.
Really looked like, he was going to go down. He was swung around and nearly stepped out of bounds. And you're right, just an amazing return. And then both running backs, Brock Arrowwood and Drake Williams, went over the 100-yard mark for the third consecutive game. For a team that loves to run the football, that truly is a recipe for success.
Yeah, you control the clock, you control everything if you've got a running game, and it makes it real easy to throw the ball to off play action. And they didn't really need to last week, but it's nice to have that in your back pocket as well.
Yeah, and when you look at Brock Arrowwood, who is the leading rusher for the Osage Indians in the game a week ago, Mike, not only did he have 2 rushing touchdowns, 130 yards rushing, 2 interceptions on defense. He was all over the place, and so he'll look to keep that going tonight for an Osage Indians team at 5-1. This is not unfamiliar territory. A year ago, they were 7-1 before losing the regular season finale, so they've been here before, and last year at 5-1, they played in Osage, and Osage rolled over Boonville. They beat them 33-7, and so don't think that some of the kids that are still on this Boonville team aren't eager to avenge that loss.
Yeah, that's always in the back of your mind. But I think once you get that first hit, that first play, you kind of forget about stuff like that. I like to look through state championship information about individual teams that we have each week and state records as well. A couple for School of the Osage. Dale Huffine had he's in the top 25. The kickoff return in one season had 4, and I remember this player very well. Jared Edwards had 6 punt returns for touchdowns in 98, I believe it was, for School of the Osage.
Yeah, that's an incredible number, and for a career, let alone one season, and that would lead me to believe a lot less media coverage and video scouting ability, because if you see a guy with 3, 4, 5 touchdowns on punt returns, I'm never punting him the football.
No.
That's an incredible record there, probably will continue to stand. So we told you about Osage. We'll take a quick commercial break, and on the other side, we'll hear from Osage head coach Shannon Jolly.
The best year-round dining at Lake of the Ozarks is Tucker Shuckers Oyster and Tap. Open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. Enjoy our award-winning menu, including our signature oysters. And we serve food until 11, so stop by tonight after the Indians game. Tucker Shuckers on the historic Bagnell Dam Strip. Proud sponsor of Osage Indians football on Lake TV.
It all started in Missouri.
These hills have heard our language.
This identity is more than just a history lesson.
We are a nation that stands very strong because of the people that came before us.
We're Wajaji, and the Wajajis come from Missouri.
Osage head coach Shannon Jolly. Coach, on the road this week, what's the mindset like coming here into Boonville?
It's just business-like. I mean, we got a lot of work to do. Got a great football team we're getting ready to go against, and at this point in the season, you kind of set your standards, see where you're at, and I think we got a great opponent to find out where we're at right now. So a couple hours later, we'll see how it goes.
Coach, so tonight, of course, you mentioned how good Boonville is. What are a couple of things that stand out to you about Coach Huff's team?
It's got a ton of athletic ability. I mean, when they're playing at their highest, they're really, really good. So, I mean, we can, depending on which team we get here tonight, I mean, we can see one of the best teams we played all year. I know people talk about the game against Blair Oaks. I don't think that was their best showing. I think it's a quality football team, and we got to be ready.
All right, Coach, I want to find out again what you feel about your running game. Last 3 weeks, you've had 2 backs go over the century-yard mark. That's pretty special. Talk about how those two have been so successful in Brock Arrowwood and Drake Williams.
Oh, it's just a combination of it's our running game as a whole, how we do things. We never have that one guy that's a 2,000-yard or anything like that. It's a balance, so kind of keeps them fresh and keeps one guy inside and the other one a little bit farther outside. So it's just a nice complementary package.
All right, Coach, for you guys to get that big 6th win of the season tonight, what's the key factor for your Osage Indians?
We have to come out with a lot of excitement, enthusiasm, and we got to play fast and be disciplined. I mean, not making mistakes, reduce the amount of penalties, and come out and like I said, come out strong and fast.
That's Osage head coach Shannon Jolly. Coach, thanks for your time. Good luck tonight.
Appreciate you guys. Thanks.
Yeah, Coach Jolly stern and seemed focused. And, outside of course, Blair Oaks, which you alluded to, I mean, this very well be the best team Osage has seen this year. You can't discount Moberly in week 2, who's really had a strong bounce back after that week 2 loss. But, man, Osage is rolling at 5-1. And when you look at them, something we continue to both like is the maturation of quarterback Maverick Trusty. He has gotten stronger and stronger. And you'll hear in a minute, Coach Huff even. He said, man, I love that quarterback. And Maverick Trusty playing about as good as we've ever seen.
I think his first 2 years, his sophomore and junior years, he would see the pass rush. As a quarterback, you have to be aware of the pass rush, but you have to see how the patterns are unfolding, what the defense is doing to you, but not be focused on the rush. Aware of it, but then see your receivers and what everything's going on downfield. He just looks so much more confident and really kind of calm back in that pocket right now.
Yeah, and you look at the Osage Indians, they're allowing right at 20 points a game. They're scoring 36 points a game, which is a great mark. And when you look at them, we told you about the running backs, but Hunter Schreiman, his pick 6 last week was huge, but he is the leading receiver for this team as well. Comes in with almost 30 catches. He had a 3-score game at Eldon. He has 5 touchdown catches so far this year. And so Hunter Schreiman's a huge part of that. And we saw Colt Butler, the sophomore, who we both feel like is going to be really good moving forward. But they've got weapons all over the offensive side of the ball. Go ahead.
Yeah, Schreiman, the big key with him is he can catch the ball.
Oh.
You can't do anything until you catch the ball. And he's got great hands. His positioning's good. If the ball's up, you want your thumbs down. If the ball's down, you want your thumbs up. It's just technique. And he just sees the ball and catches it. And that's the key to everything with being a receiver.
Yeah, and then you look at Osage defensively. A lot of guys play both ways, but man, Nicholas Joyner, Jaden Wilkes, and Grant Wilson, 3 players that have been unbelievable for Osage this year. Got to give them some love. And then special teams unit. Can't talk about Osage without talking about Brady Clark, the place kicker, 26 of 27 from PATs this season, Mike, and 4 of 4 in field goals, including a 41-yarder a week ago. Just such a weapon to have that, and typically he factors in to any game we've had on Lake TV for the most part, and even in that game against Blair Oaks, we saw them try a field goal. So you love when you have a special teams kid that can make plays, and Brady Clark about as big time as it gets when you talk special teams. Now we'll talk about the home team. Boonville Pirates at 4-2, and for them, let's talk about how they got to this point in the season.
3-1 in the conference. They opened up with Quincy, Illinois, and beat them 27-19. Quincy, my family is from up in that area, Pittsfield, which is just southeast of there. That's a big school. Quincy High is a big school, so that's a big win. And then they turn around and lose to Marshall the next week. Now, the Marshall Owls have had a great program back in the day, but it's been a while. They're 2-4 on the season. And they lost that game 42-35. That one kind of makes you scratch your head a little bit. But their only loss since then has been Blair Oaks, and you don't really count that.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny to say that, but when you look at how good they are, you really don't. So both of these teams, 1 loss combined outside of the Blair Oak Falcons. And I talked with Coach Huff this week, and he said, that loss in week 2, really, we had an opportunity. We dropped a Hail Mary in the end zone and also had some really, really bad, costly turnovers in the red zone. And so those things will bite you. But now 4-2, everything out in front of you. And something worth noting that we've yet to see is Boonville going to have an unusual week off next week.
Yeah. Versailles canceled their game with them, wanted to schedule somebody else more in their weight class, I guess you could probably say, the way things have gone for Versailles this year. But that is unusual. But they're number 3 in their district right now, so they're not looking at a bye. Right now, if the regular season ended right now, they'd be playing center. Last year they lost 3 games, 1 to Osage, 2 to Blair Oaks. They played them in their district championship. They're going west this time, and they would play Kansas City Center. There's some schools in there. It always never ceases to amaze me that every time I look at something, there's a school I've never heard of before, University Academy Charter with Marion Ewing Kaufman.
Just like you drew it up.
Yeah, that's the number one seed right now in their district.
Wow.
Okay.
And, you know, for Boonville, as we've seen the last few years, different classifications, different district seating, and all of those things, you almost forget with Boonville being in the Tri-County. They seem like a local school. We've all seen them with Osage and Eldon and Versailles, right? But they're so close to Columbia and some of these big schools in this part of the state. And you see some really good ties here to the Mizzou program right here at Boonville, of course. You remember Tyrus Ellison a couple of years ago, DJ Wezelak, and now younger brother, I think Tyson Ellison or Tyrus Ellison, starting left tackle for the Boonville Pirates. He's committed to go play at the University of Missouri, so a great tie with, of course, our Tigers and this Boonville Pirates program under the direction of Greg Huff. Well, hey, speaking of Coach Huff, we'll take a commercial break, and when we return to your COMC pregame show, I'll be down on the field with Boonville head coach Greg Huff.
Lake life starts here. At Lake Expo Real Estate, we know that buying or selling a lakefront property is more than just a transaction. It's the beginning of a new chapter. A chapter that we strive to make easy, from listing to closing. In a competitive market, we showcase your property to the masses online with LakeExpo.com, returning unmatched visibility. And if you're ready to buy that lake house, our team lives and breathes the lake lifestyle, so we know what this chapter is all about. At Lake Expo Real Estate, we believe in community, cherishing those lasting memories, and helping make your lake dream a reality. Check us out online to find lake properties. No logins, no distractions, just pure, unfiltered lake views and options. Lake Expo Real Estate, where we are ready to be a part of your next chapter.
Here in Boonville with Pirates head coach Greg Huff at 4-2. Everything's still out in front of you. How's the team feeling coming into tonight's game, Coach?
You know, we're excited for tonight. You know, you get excited through the week of preparation and, you know, beautiful weather tonight. We're going to have a great environment, good football team coming in. Great opportunity for us to, you know, do our best and see how we end up tonight.
Coach, every team you guys see throughout the year is different in a lot of ways, but what are some things that stand out to you that you guys have been prepping for with this Osage team?
You know, Coach Jolly and Osage, they like to run the football. You know, they got two backs that are really good. And I really like their quarterback, too, to be real honest with you. So, again, they're a team that has some dual threat potential to kind of stick with the run. We've struggled against the run a little bit between the tackles. So, again, we're going to have to step up tonight, tackle the ball carrier, do our job, and you know, just play ball.
Coach, I know a lot of people here in Boonville are familiar with it, but a lot of our viewers may not be. And I know we talked about it, but I wanted to touch on how cool it is to get to be the head coach for your son, who's actually the starting quarterback. Different experience, I know.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, this is my 20th season. I've coached a lot of kids and kids that I honestly feel like they are my son, and I have those relationships even today with some past former players. But you know, it truly is my flesh and blood. I'm very proud of who he is and how he's done his job this year as a football player, as a student athlete. And so his mom did a real nice job. And, you know, I look forward to him and excited for him to lead the team tonight and just continue to work to get better each week.
Coach, I know your guys' motto is be great, and for you, it's about culture, and we see that with your assistant coaches, your son, their sons. It really is a whole culture here in Boonville that the kids have bought into. Just kind of talk about what that's been like the last few seasons.
Just great attitude and effort, you know, day-by-day mindset. Those are controllables in our opinion. So, again, simply be great. When a moment gets big or it gets tough, just kind of look at each other and, hey, man, just be great. Great attitude, great effort. At the end of the day, at the end of the game tonight, you know, we'll move forward and we'll learn from the situation. And, again, proud of our kids. Look forward to this opportunity tonight.
Coach, I'm going to end with this. For you guys to get that 5th win of the season tonight, what does your team have to do against Osage?
Well, we'll have to score more points than them. You know, that's the first step of all wins, but just do our job, you know, trust each other, execute offensively, protect the football, defensively, make sure we're assigning a line, tackle, and, you know, don't make any mistakes in the special teams. I think that's one phase that Osage is very good at. It's a phase that we practice as well. So all three phases of football will be challenged tonight, and that's what makes this a big game.
Boonville head coach Greg Huff. Coach, thanks for your time and good luck tonight.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, as we worth noting, I was talking with Coach Huff today and throughout the week, and he said, I remember it was October 20th, 2023, that Lake TV had my 100th career win at Eldon. Of course, we remember that and talked with him after the game. But Coach Huff been coaching for 20 seasons, Mike, 8 here at Boonville, and he's won a lot of games in his career. In his 8 seasons at Boonville, 53-32, so 20 games over 500, and last year at 9-3. That's the most wins this school has had since 2011.
Before that, he started actually in Carrollton, and then with the Marceline Tigers. I wish I'd have got a chance to talk to him. I'd ask him how he did with the Bell game. That's a huge rivalry game between Marceline and Brookfield. But hey, a couple of actually one big record holder for the Boonville Pirates over the years. Brandon Perry from 97 to 99 had 5 entries into the state record book. He averaged 9.02 yards per carry. The Chiefs would love to have somebody who could gain 9 yards in a carry, but he averaged for 3 years 9.02, had 6,185 yards in his career. They got to the championship game in '74 and won that, beating Houston, then Washington in the championship game, and won the state championship in 1998 as well. Oh, guess who the running back was with that team, Brandon Perry, we just mentioned a moment ago. They beat Southeast, O'Hare out of Kansas City, Harrisonville, and California in the state championship.
Now we'll direct our attention to midfield for tonight's national anthem. Wonderful rendition of our national anthem here in Boonville, just about 10 minutes away. Mike, from tonight's kickoff between the Osage Indians and the Boonville Pirates. And we're telling you all about Boonville. It's rare that you see a team giving up more points than they score per game. And at 4-2, of course, some big losses will do that. But when you look at they've won 3 of their last 4 games, and they have had twice this year where they have been down 10 points in the fourth quarter and won the game. And Coach Huff said, man, we start playing better as the game progresses and really our best in the second half. And so that's another thing these two teams definitely have in common. And when you heard Coach Huff saying, hey, they love to run the football, but I also love their quarterback. He knows that Osage is not one-dimensional, and so it'll be interesting to see defensively what Boonville does. But I want to touch on that junior quarterback, the son, right, Tatum Huff, who really is the leader for this team. He's got 5 passing touchdowns. He also 5 rushing touchdowns, and they're getting healthier because Alex McDonald, who is their really star running back, he makes his way back after being out the last 3 weeks. And hey, he might be on a snap count. He might not be out there for the full game, but they feel pretty good about the backup, the sophomore, which is Dylan Simmons, who's been really good the last couple of weeks. And Mike, when I looked at the scores last week, they only beat California by 21-7. That surprised some people. That surprised you?
Yeah, no doubt, because California's uncharacteristically really struggled this year. They are winless, and they've been getting pounded in some of the games as well, too. You know, but kids, they know what the records are. There's no secrets anymore. They know that California was winless coming in. You're not going to be as focused as you would be as this game. I mean, this game has so much meaning to them. They know that Osage is 5-1. So, yeah, I mean, a little bit of a mental letdown possibly in that game against California.
As we see the Boonville Pirates make their way here out onto the field. And we got some All-Staters here for Boonville. First, Clayton Schuster, the senior All-State defensive end. 15 tackles for a loss coming in tonight with 6 sacks. He leads the Boonville Pirates. And then, of course, just a sophomore, Bryce Newman. He leads the team with 73 tackles, and he's only a sophomore. He was an all-state player a year ago as a freshman. Mike and his dad, Kyle Newman, has been here at Boonville for 25 years as a teacher and assistant coach. Last year, he was the winner of the Doug Potts Award, which is given by the Missouri Coaches Hall of Fame to an assistant coach who makes a lasting and huge difference on the program they're with. And so that was Kyle Newman a year ago, and it's really neat. You talk about all in the family, right? His son's playing. We talk about head coach Greg Huff, his son Tatum, the quarterback. Well, when you look at the other assistant coaches, there's 3 Breimer brothers, Mike. All 3 played here at Boonville, are coaches now at Boonville, and have sons coming up through the program. So pretty cool what they've built here. And at 4-2 off of the 9-2 season, you would think that aspirations and expectations here in Boonville are pretty high.
Yeah, you have to feel good. I always thought it would be, and I've seen this situation before quite a few times over the years, where a kid is playing for his dad, who is the head coach. And most notably in basketball, yeah, that could be kind of an odd situation. You don't want to show any favoritism because you can get parents on your back. You can get other players that may divide into camps. What was the famous line that Whitey Herzog had was that you want to try to be friends with the players who are trying to get the other players to hate you, you know. So it can be a touchy situation, but he's your kid.
Yeah.
And you're not going to play favorites with him. A coach's kid, I mean, they probably have just assumed that they're going to be the guy when they get to high school, and that's certainly the case more often than not.
Yeah, and I would say, watching it and being around it, more times than not, it's actually kind of unfair for both of them. First, you don't get to actually enjoy watching your son's career, but second, for the son, like, not only do you get yelled at in practice with these sky-high expectations, you're going home with your head football coach at the dinner table who's talking to you about what may not have went right. So it is, but I'll tell you what, they got something special, and if anyone I think could make it work, it'd be the Huffs, a special football family, and they absolutely love them here in Boonville, and rightfully so. So now we look towards midfield for the meeting of the captains. You see our captains here, and it's time for tonight's coin toss.
Hey guys, just a couple things like always while your coaches are out here. The only thing we care about is safety, okay? Use your helmets exactly how you've been taught to use your helmets by your coaches. Remember, they're not a weapon. If anything happens out here, bring it to one of us. Do not solve your problems on yourself. We will do everything we can to make it right, okay? Coaches, you got anything? Have a great game. You my speaking captain? Yes, sir. Okay. I got tails, I got heads. I'm going to flip it, it's going to hit the ground. What do you want to call? You're going to call heads. He's called heads, okay? Okay. What we got there? That is heads. That is heads. You won. You know what you want to do, or you want me to tell you some options? You're going to defer? Hey, I'm going to hit you. Don't you hit me back. Okay. That means you want the football, right? Which way you want to kick? You want to see the scoreboard right now, or you want to see it in a second? We'll kick that way. You're going to kick that way? You go stand by James. You stand right out here by me.
All right, so the Osage Indians, they win the toss, and they defer to the second half. So Boonville will start with the football. That is going to conclude tonight's Central Ozarks Medical Center pregame show. We are set for kickoff between the Boonville Pirates and the Osage Indians on Lake TV after this.
Competing on the field requires hard work.
It also requires effort and making good choices, which carries over off the field.
Like good choices behind the wheel of your car. Did you know that a driver is 20 times more likely to be in a serious accident if texting and driving?
Last year alone, 104 people were killed in Missouri from distracted driving. So keep leading the statistics, but don't become one.
Buckle up, phones down.
This Drive Safe, Boat Safe reminder brought to you by Price & Randall, injury attorneys.
We are back on Lake TV, and it's high school football time. We're live from Boonville, home of the Boonville Pirates at 4-2 in the visiting Osage Indians with a record of 5-1. I'm William Holtz, joined by the Hall of Famer Mike Bissell and Mike Osage at 5-1, ranked 7th in Class 3, and for Boonville, they're 9th at 4-2. And we have laid the foundation, and now it's time for high school football.
Samuel Haig is back deep. I can't see the other one from my angle. I believe, though, that's Brad Norbury. And it'll be interesting to see what Osage does with their kickoff here. They've had the little pop-up kicks, and they've also liked to use the deep kick, too. Brady Clark can do either.
It'll be interesting. Special teams, such a huge part of last week's game, and we are underway. The shallow kick fielded by Norbury, I believe.
Haig, actually.
Oh, Haig up to the 28 before he runs into a couple of Osage Indians. 30-yard line, they mark him, and that was Christian Herring, the junior, in on the stop. And so Boonville starts 1st and 10 at their own 30. We'll get a look at Tatum Huff, the junior quarterback, coming in, completing so far this season right at about 50% of his passes. And he is very balanced. He can run and he can pass. So on 1st down, inside handoff and stumbles.
Wow.
Does the running back on this first carry. That's McDonald, who is returning again. McDonald was shaken up, and he missed the last 3 weeks, Mike, and I wonder if that's some early rust as he makes his way back. 2nd down and 10 now.
Yeah, Joyner, a good tackle there, as he had that hole clogged up pretty well. No gain on the play. Who was that carry with, excuse me?
That was McDonald.
Okay. Forgot I had to keep stance. Very similar formation you'll see Osage use.
Go back to McDonald. Big hole, cuts back across. We do have a penalty flag in the vicinity of holding at about the 30-yard line. That's going to wipe away a 12-yard Beck Wellness Center 1st down. And so back it up from the 30. I believe it's going to be 2nd down and 20.
Yeah, early penalty like that, man, if you're a running team, that is not good. And you look at the passing stats for Huff. He can run it as well, too. He's got 272 yards rushing and 5 touchdowns, but his passing numbers pretty impressive as well, too.
So they back him all the way up to the 20. That wipes away a 13-yard run. Explains that big hole Alex McDonald had on the right side of the formation. So now, change of play. Man, what a beautiful venue we have here in Boonville here. Huff, quick hitter into the flat, has his target. Closing quickly is Brock Arrowwood. Nice play defensively. That goes for 4 yards on the completion. Cons, the man, Logan Cons, one of the 2 brothers.
Yeah, that's his 7th catch of the season. Sets up 3rd and long.
Looks like a 3rd down and 16 here. Opportunity for the Osage defense early after the holding call backs up Boonville on their first series.
They used to call this an umbrella defense. Now they'll come up and press on the receiver on the near side.
Huff, design quarterback run, trying to get outside. There's a hole. Tatum Huff across the 30 up to the 34, well shy of 1st down yardage. Does have a good gainer up to the 34. We're going to give him 9 yards.
Yeah, that sounds good. Actually, gambling a little bit there on defense was Colt Butler, the talented sophomore. He came up and really pressed that play, and Huff was able to get outside him, but the safety bailed him out there.
So 4th down and a long 7 here. Hunter Schreiman back. Wow is right. Impressive punt. Schreiman wisely gets away from it, and that is all the way down to the 11-yard line, Mike.
51 yards.
Wow, 51-yard punt. That is Brody Porter, the senior. Incredible punt, Mike. Wow.
Yeah, he hit that. It just took off, and I know the wind's not helping at all right now. It was early this morning, but not now.
So a short series here for Boonville. Of course, the holding call backs him up. So Osage gets the stop, and their first series starts 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
3 down linemen. A couple of inside backers. A lot of motion here by the Indians.
Everybody but the center.
You can't.
Arrowwood on first down. Good carry, and he has 1, maybe 2 yards as the hole closes quickly. Good speed defensively for Boonville. Going to bring up second down.
Yeah, just good gang tackling there as well, too. Kayshawn Roper closing down from his right defensive end, but there really wasn't any room even up at the hole.
A lot of movement on that first play. All these linemen here for Osage, 7 linemen. Drake Williams gets the carry, and there he goes across the 20, and that's where he'll be stopped. We'll give him 7 yards, maybe 8, going to bring up third down and 1.
You got to love this name, Jet Storm on the defensive line. He was blocked that time very well, and Williams was able to take advantage and get up into the defensive backfield where he's finally brought down by Brody Porter.
So third down and 1 here, still 8.5 minutes in the first quarter. They go right back to the same play. Drake Williams, big gainer across the 30 up to the 34-yard line. A Beck Wellness Center first down, and we'll give him 15 yards on the carry. Big gainer, and that's what Osage was looking for on 3rd and 1, all the way up to the 34 now.
Great job by the right side of the offensive line for the School of the Osage Indians. They fired off, got a good double team block in there. And I saw something in an NFL game last week. A double team block was a penalty.
Trusty to Arrowwood, who sees his hole and then push backwards. Good piece of tackling. Arrowwood does have a nice gain of 5 on first down.
I like his move here just before he got to the line of scrimmage. Just a subtle little left to right move to kind of influence the blocker and the potential tackler. He turned it not much into about a 5-yard pickup.
So on 2nd and 5, 4 running plays here on this first series for Osage. Arrowwood now trying to get the edge, now cuts back across. Wise decision. Good gainer up to the 43. He pays the price for it, but has 4 to bring up another 3rd down and 1 for Osage.
His 3rd carry. He comes into this game with 572 yards rushing and 8 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, and he has been so good in this second half of this season. Again, him and Drake Williams both, Mike, over 100 yards the last 3 games. Here's Arrowwood on 3rd and 1, lowers his head, and he has a Beck Wellness Center first down up to the 45-yard line. Good closing speed and good defensive stop, but not until Arrowwood has a Beck Wellness Center first down once again. So 6 plays from scrimmage, 6 rushes for Osage. For Boonville, you got to be watching for the play action.
Oh, yeah, somewhere along the line here. But again, something I noticed last week, I noticed in the past, they get to the line of scrimmage, set, go. There's no long count. Gets everybody set, go.
Here is the first pass. Hunter Schreiman on the quick slant across the 45 up to the 42 for a Beck Wellness Center first down and a 13-yard connection first pass, and he goes to his favorite target, Hunter Schreiman.
Yeah, he got inside leverage on the slant on the cornerback who was playing pretty soft, and that was just an easy pitch and catch. Safety had to come up and help out, and that was Samuel Haig who saw the kickoff return earlier.
So 3 first downs on this opening series for the Indians. Drake Williams now tries to get outside. He has good yardage close to the 30, and he'll be stopped there. The Beck Wellness Center first down and a 13-yard run once again. Drake Williams, he's been tough tonight, already stacking up the yardage early in this one.
34 on 3, that would give him 552 yards rushing on the season.
Yeah, it's a play they love to go to as they line him up at that fullback position essentially, and then put the running back in motion and then delay the handoff, and it's been tough to stop so far. A pitch outside to Colt Butler. Nothing. He runs into Ellison, who throws him down and back for a 2-yard loss. It's an all-stater and a young man who's headed up the road to play for Coach Eli Drinkowitz next year.
Yeah, he set the edge, and he was the edge. Man, oh man, he just fended off a couple of block attempts and easily made the tackle.
That's Braylon Ellison, the senior captain for this team, again committed to go play in Columbia. So 2nd down and 12 now. First negative yard play for Osage. Trusty gonna roll to his right. Throws into the flat, not quite enough on it. Little short. He was looking for Hunter Schreiman on the out route. That's a long throw across the side. And actually, Robert Dubbs, the intended target. Going to bring up 3rd down and 12 now.
Well, you have to figure that if you can get the ball a little bit closer, worst comes to worst, Brady Clark can give you a field goal attempt. Right now it would be about a 40 and right at 50 yards probably.
Be fun to see him try.
Yeah, I think he's got the leg for it as long as you don't try to overkick it. Tripp's right.
Other ideas for Coach Shannon Jolly currently, I imagine, here on 3rd down and 12. Breaks down. He's got Arrowwood outside, cuts back across, makes a couple of guys miss, and he's going to be stuffed shy of the 30-yard line at the 31. We'll give him 2 yards on the game, but going to bring up 4th down and 10 from the 30-yard line. This would be a 48-yard attempt from here, and we'll wait and see if they go with Brady Clark. I don't think they will.
They set that play up very nicely, I thought, but just a good reaction. This is not something I really remember Osage running this year, was that throwback like that.
So 4th and 11, offense out on the field. He's got Colt Butler. Takes a shot for him, running out of room, and it's going to be an incomplete pass. Good coverage down the field, and Boonville gets a turnover on downs, and they'll take over at their own 31-yard line. Trusty waited on that one. He was there for a minute, but by the time he let it go, had to throw 40 yards across his body, and just not there, as you'll get another look at it here. Good coverage, and needed to get rid of it a little earlier, but not sure you can get enough mustard.
Yeah, that was just good defensive coverage in the backfield. An obvious passing situation, and Boonville was up to the task.
So 2 series so far, and no points on the board as Boonville has it at their own 31. First down carry. Good yards, keeping those legs churning. Alex McDonald has about 6, maybe 7 on first down.
Ethan Wall with a nice tackle there. He kind of slid over into the hole. Nice cutback there by McDonald to make that a positive play.
So 2nd down and 4 now. 4 minutes, 15 seconds left here in the first quarter. Gone quickly, no points yet. Of course, Boonville has it at their own 38-yard line. 2nd down and 4, and 2 backs split both sides. Huff gives it to McDonald, and there are the Indians. Great play to up into him on the stop for Osage. Number 56, Ronald Goodhart with the stop.
Somewhere along the line here, they're going to fake that play. They've got the 2 backs, but there's also a back who's just behind the left guard, and he's leading the play in. Huff, I think that time, if he would have kept that, the defensive end on that side collapsed. That might be a play that they go to here pretty soon.
So 3rd down and short. It was actually Landon Robbins, who made the stop on the last play. So 3rd down and 2. Huff out of the gun. Gives it to McDonald, who has first down yardage up to the 45-yard line. A Beck Wellness Center first down, and on a slow developing play, give him 6 or 7, moves it up to the 46-yard line.
Yeah, Williams was able to get enough of his ankle there as he went by to get him on the ground, or that might have been a big gain, but a first down near midfield as it is.
The first down for Boonville here in the early going, and got it at the 46-yard line.
Now here's that formation with that up back, although he's this time behind the tight end more.
Huff gonna pass into the flat, looking for his target, Cons, and he has it up to the 45-yard line, a 9-yard gain as they move it into Osage territory, and 2nd down and 1, best down in football.
Actually, that's Landon Cons, wasn't it? Number 11, the brothers here.
Yeah, one of the Cons.
That's Landon getting that catch, his 27th of the year.
There's Osage, jumps off. Going to be a Beck Wellness Center first down. Move it to the 40-yard line, and Boonville now in business. They got it in Osage territory here. 2:19 left in the first quarter.
Yeah, just zipping right along here. That's only the 2nd accepted penalty. Yeah, this is a nice drive for Boonville as they try to keep it alive. They show a lot of different formations. And a lot of times, like you see in college, they'll set the play and then look to see if they want to change it.
Play action. He was looking for Cons once again. Falls incomplete. Not only do you see a lot of formations, but notice defensively, they'll rotate D linemen all night with a 2 platoon. They got a lot of depth on their defensive line, Mike, and that allows them to stay fresh and stay ready should somebody get injured.
Well, I wonder what the around the breakfast table in the Cons household will be like tomorrow morning. The brother was out there blocking for his other brother. The pass was there, and he probably could have picked up a lot of yardage, but just a drop. That ball's not that easy to catch.
Osage will take the break, so 2nd down and 10 now. Some confusion, and Coach Huff going to burn a timeout with 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. We'll take a commercial break and be back on Lake TV's Game of the Week.
Hey everybody, it's Daryl Cunningham with Slumberland Furniture at the Lake. It's one of the most fun weeks of the year because we're getting ready for our customer appreciation sale. We're going to cook hot dogs, we're going to have great drinks, giveaways, games for extra discounts. Not only that, we're going to have interest-free financing as well. So you need to come check out all the fun at our customer appreciation sale at Slumberland Furniture, where we're bringing happy home.
It's the Lake Expo app, the lake's trusted news source, the boating lifestyle, the hottest lakefront real estate, where to go, what to see, and what to do at the Download it today.
Back here on Lake TV, and Mike, slow start here, scoreless with 2 minutes left in the first.
Yeah, but some good defense. Hey, want to take a moment to thank our friend Chris Scheichels, who was a good basketball player down at Tipton back in the day. I know because I broadcast a lot of his games. Athletic director here at Boonville for helping take care of us.
Yeah, great hospitality here. Upon arrival, Alex McDonald now the carry, big hole, cuts back across inside the 20, inside the 10, all the way down to about the 10-yard line. It's a 30-yard Beck Wellness Center first down, and there's a penalty flag bringing it back. And Coach Huff is not happy on that call.
It is holding, so that wipes out a 30-yard run there by McDonald and a touchdown. Well, it wouldn't have been a touchdown anyway, but a touchdown saving play before the penalty was assessed by Arrowwood, who timed it perfectly to get McDonald down on the ground. That was blocked very well.
Yeah, and showing why it was blocked very well. Somebody held, and Coach Huff didn't think so. It still backs Boonville up 10 yards, 2nd down and 20 from midfield, and a big change. It would have been 1st and goal from the 10, instead 2nd down and 20 from midfield.
Guess we're not going to get a look at it. The Cons brothers will split out to the left side. They've taken a while the clock here, but still 15 seconds on the play clock.
That's 2 big runs so far for McDonald, one of the 16-yard variety and one of the 30-yard variety, so 2nd down and 20. Huff rolling to his left, throws across his body, has Cons inside the slot, who's still on his feet and up to about the 46-yard line. It's a 16-yard completion. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 4, and that was a big chunk on 3rd down and long, or 2nd down and long, Mike, to make this more manageable.
Yeah, good job here by the quarterback, who's squaring his hips and shoulders right at the last moment so that he could get that pass delivered to Cons, who took a kind of a hit in the back of the head there right at the end. But certainly a manageable situation here, and probably 4-down territory if necessary.
Yeah, but Logan Cons, he caught that 8 yards from the line of scrimmage, and then after the catch, got him an extra 7 or 8. Impressive effort to bring up 3rd down and 4. Huff now hands it off to McDonald across the 30. Beck Wellness Center 1st down at the 27-yard line. We'll give him 7 yards, and Boonville continues to move the sticks and wear down this Osage defense now. As this first quarter trails down, we're inside 1 minute to play now. And
well, good tackle there by Schreiman, too, because McDonald was just getting ready to get that upfield and really get some big yardage, and no holding call there. So they were able to overcome a, 2nd and 20 there? That's a big set of downs for the Boonville Pirates.
Yeah, 1st and 10 from the 27 now. Alex McDonald, no, play action, has Cons inside the 15, down to the 9-yard line. That's a 19-yard gainer, and now looks like there's some extracurricular activity.
Well, the ball came loose, and I think they ruled Cons down and they did. So the play stands.
It's an 18-yard Beck Wellness Center first down. It'll be first and goal for Boonville at the 9. First team to make it inside the Price and Randall Injury Attorneys red zone.
Now that was that overload to the left side, and he just, the zone read, the quarterback just pulls it out nicely. I thought maybe he would run out of that situation at some point in time. They're going to reset the play clock here, I do believe.
Did they tack 5 yards on for a penalty? No, they mark him down at the 6 officially. So it's actually a 21-yard gain, and that's going to conclude our first quarter of play. And so from Boonville, we are scoreless, but the Pirates knocking on the door. First and goal from the 6-yard line when we return to Lake TV's Game of the Week.
At Beck Wellness, we always say that if you don't make time for your wellness, you'll be forced to make time for your illness. Our goal is to make sure you're ready to enjoy all the lake has to offer, and more importantly, that you don't miss out on the moments that matter the most. From neuropathy, problems with your feet, hip, or back pain, and even a spinal tune-up. I'll make sure you're set to enjoy the moments that matter the most. I'm Dr. Mark Beck, inviting you to stop by for a consultation. But for now, back to this live high school game of the week on Lake TV.
It's time for a new home, and your solution is Ozark Homes under the water tower in Laurie. Your home is and should be your safe place. At Ozark Homes, we take your dream and make it a reality while staying within your budget. With real estate and construction prices at an all-time high, let Ozark Homes stretch your dollar. We have many customizable options, including kitchens, bathrooms, fireplaces. We even offer a second-level option. Quotes are always free, so give us a call or stop by today. Ozark Homes, making homeowners' dreams a reality for over 30 years.
Welcome you back here on Lake TV. We're scoreless as we enter the second quarter, but Boonville first and goal from the 7-yard line. And Mike, I've been impressed with Tatum Huff so far. Passing the football, he's looked pretty controlled. I believe he's 4 of 5 here in the early going. And Alex McDonald running the football has gotten things going.
Yeah, 4 of 5 with 47 yards, and he's really been the offense so far. Yeah, McDonald's had 2 big runs called back, but he still has got some pretty good numbers.
So on first and goal, they'll hand off to McDonald, who cuts back inside, smells the end zone, but just short. Stop there as Osage able to stop him just shy. Going to bring up second down and goal from inside the 1 for Boonville.
Yeah, they're going to say his knee got down, I think probably about the 2-yard line, but still a nice gain on first down there for McDonald. Gattemeyer with the tackle. Nick played off a block nicely and was able to come in there and stop him. Oh, not a great spot, was it?
No, so here is Huff out of the gun to McDonald into the end zone for the score. Boonville strikes first, and they lead 6-0 as penalties fly after the play. The touchdown, I believe, will stand, but after the play, some extracurricular activity as you see the official talking with Alex McDonald.
I think somebody just said something, and I don't think they necessarily, he spun the ball. You can't do that. You cannot do that.
And for those watching at home, of course, that is the rule. But for those that may feel a certain way, they may be saying, come on, Karen.
I wouldn't say that, but some people
I mean, I wouldn't either, of course.
I don't know how this works. Are they going to, they're going to say on the kickoff, it'll be assessed, it's on Osage. Huh, I thought they had pointed at Boonville, so they must have pointed the wrong way. So it'll be a 15-yard penalty against the Osage Indians, okay?
So Alex McDonald from 1 yard out, and here's the extra point attempt is up. It's low, and it is through for Brody Porter, the senior. And so with 11:26 left in the second quarter, it's Boonville out in front by a score, 7-0.
So what are you in for? I had a few beers, and I decided to drive. You? I stopped at a green light. I was high.
Dude, you can't be drunk or high while driving.
Yeah, that's illegal.
Even just slightly buzzed or high decreases your reaction time by at least 50%.
What?
It does.
Well, what did you guys do?
Us, we robbed the house.
Be a good guy. Don't drive drunk or high.
We're back here on Lake TV for your game of the week, and it was actually on Boonville. I think they just misannounced it on the PA, so I like the call. Assess it on the kickoff. Should give you at least 15 yards of extra field position, if not more, because you set up a great kick return opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, worst case scenario, you're going to be 35 or 40. You would think, of course, we saw that 51-yard punt a little while ago, too, so we don't know about the kicker. His extra point was not terribly impressive. I think he actually kicked it through the arms of some guys. That ball barely got over the crossbar.
So Brody Porter, the kicker we're talking about, and that one off of somebody. Recovered there by Osage at the 44. I believe that was Brady Clark. It was. And so Osage, great starting field position here. 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, that was probably a pretty good play by Clark. He just hit a bouncer. It was hopping around pretty good. He knocked it down and just covered it up, which you got to realize where you're at on the field. You're at the 44. That's good field position. Don't take a chance on getting up and losing the ball. This is not the NFL. You can't get up and run in for a touchdown after you fall down.
Yeah, running was working for Osage on that last series. First 6 plays, and now we're going to have an illegal motion.
I think so, too.
And on the penalty flag, but only a 1-yard gain. As somebody, or too many people, it looked like were moving at the snap.
I think the slot moved first. And you know, they do that set go every time. Yeah, the right tackle or the tight end and the slot both moved a little bit early, it looked like. And probably going to be waved off here. They're talking to Coach Huff. No, he wants to move them back.
He says, I'll take those 5 yards over the down. So we 1st and 15 and a little sloppy here early. Seen a few penalties, but for Osage, that's something Coach Jolly talked about, was the penalties have at times for this team stacked up in bunches.
But that's why I think you go in the first sound. I mean, you're going to set somebody up. When you really need a few yards for something, you can do hot, and they're going to jump because you've done it on the first sound every time. But you try to simplify things, hey, so you won't get penalties like that. But if a guy leaves a little bit early, he got caught.
So 1st down and 15 now. Ball's the 39-yard line.
Schreiman's got single coverage down here. Nobody over the top.
Instead, they'll give it to Drake Williams. Across the 40, and he's taken down. Tough hit out there on the edge. About a 3 or 4 yard gain. Going to bring up 2nd down and 12.
Brody Porter with the kicker, the nice tackle out there, really put him down hard.
Yeah, he comes in 2nd on the Pirates in tackles with 43 coming in. Yeah, and he laid the boom right there. Ooh.
No, actually, I missed it. That's Dylan Clark with that hit at the very end of the play.
Watch for a play action with a shot to Schreiman.
Yeah, nobody over the top, William. I mean, that's an out and up if you can give Maverick time to throw.
They're going to take a shot. Instead, they're looking for Wall, and that one very nearly intercepted. A little bit of an overthrow by Maverick Trusty. Could not connect, in a big 3rd down and 12 coming up for Osage.
Yeah, and Schreiman was wide open on the hook to the outside. And just slightly overthrown, and good effort there by Brad Norbury trying to get there for the pick.
And Norbury was actually covering Schreiman, and when he did the comeback hook to the other side, he read the quarterback and just made a break, and he very nearly got to that football. So 3rd down and 12, Mike Osage needs a 1st down here. Brock Arrowood in the backfield with Maverick Trusty. Clean pocket, now starting to feel some pressure, and he goes down. Sack picked up by Arrowood, and he is going to be taken down at the 45-yard line. I didn't even know a non-fumbling player could advance a recovery. However, ball's the 45-yard line, going to be 4th down and 9 for Osage.
In the NFL, you can't fumble the ball and be the guy who picks it up and advances it. You can recover it, but I don't think there's anything wrong. There's a strip sack from behind, nicely done by Cons.
No, that was number 17, Clayton Schuster, the All-Stater. It's his 7th sack of the season, All-Stater a year ago, and he had a vengeance on that play.
So Osage couldn't take advantage of the field position.
Very nearly blocked by Schuster. Good punt by Maverick Trusty. Fielded at about the 15 and then makes his way up to the 20-yard line. On the return is Sam Haig. And so Boonville gets the stop and has it back in the offense hand. 1st down and 10 at their own 20.
I like how Coach uses some kids on special teams. Bassler, a freshman, down on that tackle with others. So here we are. Osage couldn't take advantage of that drive start at their own 44-yard line, had to punt it away.
Yeah, Boonville doing a nice job defensively, not allowing Osage to get anything going in rhythm here. Here's McDonald on the carry, follows his block, and a good piece of tackling by not Joyner. That's number 51 on the stop, Brody Price, after a 4-yard gain for Alex McDonald. And Boonville will take that, Mike. That's a big, strong offensive line and starting to create some holes in the Osage defense.
Have you noticed that there's been several occasions in this game where the running back has cleared the initial attack and then is actually kind of tackled from behind? That's happened several times.
Yeah, Osage tacklers going low, and here's a little option. Look out. Huff goes down at the 20-yard line. Robert Dubbs lays the hit. That is a 5-yard loss on a busted play. Osage was there, and that brings up 3rd down and 10 as the senior Robert Dubbs makes a nice stop.
Yeah, Preston Glenn out there as well, too. Yeah, that was kind of a busted-looking play, and Huff loses 3 yards, and boy, Osage ran their blitz right into that. Well done.
So Osage wants to stop, and if you're Boonville, you'd love to keep the football in your offense's hands. 3rd down and 9. Huff takes the snap. Clean pocket, great protection. Now steps up and throws, and he has Collins up at the 30, real close, and I believe he has a Beck Wellness Center 1st down. He does, and that is just great recognition from Logan Collins. That is him being a senior, Mike, and him knowing I have to get to the 1st down marker, turn around and give my quarterback a target, and that was so well done between Huff and Cons. Fresh set of downs, and that is deflating if you're the Osage defense.
Yeah, but Osage playing zone there, and a good read by Cons. He just went to the open spot in the field and set down, and there was the ball. Good execution by Boonville.
So 1st and 10, Huff gives it to McDonald. He has good yards before being taken down by Joyner at the 36, but 6 yards on 1st down.
I would have to say that right now that Boonville's offensive and defensive lines as well are starting to take control of this game a little bit. It's early.
But you're right. I mean, at the point of attack, you look at the size of those linemen, Mike. Yeah, they will definitely start to wear down. Of course, Braylon Ellison, the big name, left tackle number 74, an all-stater from a year ago. McDonald, once again, good yards, close to the 1st down marker, and he's got a Beck Wellness Center 1st down, the 40-yard line. Boonville just continues to have their way on the ground here. They're not doing anything real cute. They're not doing anything fancy. Just running right at them, and they're picking up 4, 5, 6 yards every time.
Yeah, they got a nice double-team block on the center and the right guard. Ooh, Osage jump. No, didn't get into the neutral zone.
This is exactly the recipe for Coach Greg Huff, is keeping the Osage offense off the field. They got a 1-score lead. Now methodical drive. The handoff to
McDonald still.
Yeah, sorry, Alex McDonald still, and slow developing play taken down by Joyner. And man, Nicholas Joyner having himself an impressive campaign for Coach Jolly's squad.
Yeah, and a nice job by Glenn Preston, the junior. He jumped a gap and got up in there and really forced him back into traffic.
So 2nd down and 7.
Boonville with really tight splits. In other words, their linemen are shoulder to shoulder.
Quick hitter into the flat, and Huff hits
play.
Cons, and that's a great play coming from the secondary for Brock Arrowwood, limiting that to a 1-yard gain. But really, that wasn't the greatest throw from Tatum. Huff kind of forced Cons to be redirected to go get the football. Therefore, he couldn't plant the feet in time, and it's just a great play from Arrowwood. Brings up a big 3rd down and 6 defensively for Osage.
Arrowwood knew that he had help to the inside, so he goes outside the blocker and was able to get back to the running back behind the blocker and make the tackle and hold it to a 1-yard gain.
Something Osage has struggled with tonight is 3rd down defense. 3rd down and 6. And now Coach Huff burns his 2nd timeout with 5:03 left in the second quarter. It's Boonville with the football and a 7-0 lead.
At New Spring Wellness Center, we understand how hectic life can be and the stress that comes with it. We also understand that your health often gets forgotten about. Whether it's addiction, weight loss, or lack of energy, New Spring Wellness Center offers natural services you won't find other places. From our vitamin IV drips to our laser hair removal and everything else. Naturally better health is our focus at New Spring Wellness Center in Osage Beach. Call now to schedule your free consultation.
While it might look like I'm over here lounging, I promise I am not. We've been busy over here getting ready for this month's edition of the Monthly Market Update. I'm Jessica Bruce with the Bruce & Kelly Real Estate Team. We'll be touring a stunning luxury home here in Portachima. I'll have my good friend Will Holtz with Lake TV joining me, talking about buyers, sellers, and a little bit of tips and tricks from Mortgage Headquarters, MHQ. Fastest closings in town. Don't forget to tune in. We'll see you then.
We welcome you back with a big 3rd down and 6 for Boonville with a 7-0 lead here. They've got it at Osage 44-yard line.
Osage really crowding the line of scrimmage here.
Wide open is McDonald out of the backfield in a picture-perfect play. Nobody picked up Alex McDonald. He's all the way down to the 43-yard line. It's a Beck Wellness Center first down on the big-time gainer.
Well, I tell you what, Osage had crowded the line of scrimmage there, had everyone up on it, but did not get off the line of scrimmage to get any pressure on the quarterback. That's just pitch and catch.
13 yards on the conversion, and yeah, it was just great recognition from Tatum Huff. The Osage, as you said, they crowded the line of scrimmage, and McDonald just a little wheel route out of the backfield. No one picked him up, and Boonville another 3rd down conversion. Here's Tatum Huff now. Good block on the edge and a good cutback by Tatum Huff, who's close to first down yardage. And I don't know who had that block on the edge, but it was a great chip block and even better cutback by Tatum Huff. He was dead to rights and cut back inside after a great spring block, Mike.
Yeah, Boonville completely overloaded the right side of their offense. Was there a penalty here? I see some gesticulations by the referee. No, Huff got 9 yards there. Yeah, they just overloaded, and Osage just couldn't overcome the blocking. What's going on here?
That is slow developing. A play clock inside 10. Boonville likes that clock moving. 2nd and 1. McDonald with the carry. Beck Wellness Center first down to the 31-yard line, and another fresh set of downs for Boonville on this drive.
Yeah, McDonald's getting his work in here tonight. Let's see who the tackle was here. It looked like holding there, but no. Oh, that was holding, no call. And the tackle by Jaden Wilkes, I believe it was.
So first down from the 32-yard line. And this game just flying by. Only 3 minutes, 20 seconds left here in the first half. Huff has McDonald trying to get outside. A lot of room there. Here's Alex McDonald inside the 20. No, he just voluntarily runs out at the 19-yard line, Mike. We're going to give him 13 yards and a Beck Wellness Center first down. Boonville back inside the Price and Randall Injury Attorneys red zone. And McDonald must not be 100%. He kind of came up lame towards the end of that play.
Watch this block out here by 22. I thought it was a block in the back beyond the line of scrimmage, but not called.
Yeah, you can tell McDonald not 100%, but he's having his way with the Osage Indians tonight.
Huff's doing a lot of moving around trying to draw somebody off.
They go again. Alex McDonald inside the 10 to the house for the score. Boonville extends their lead. They're up 13-0. 3:07 left in the first half. That was the Alex McDonald drive, Mike.
And 80 yards here in the first half for McDonald against this very stout Osage defense. And McDonald, both touchdowns here tonight for Boonville. A chance to go up 14-0. He just outran everybody. And right now, I said it earlier, but I'll reinstate it. Here's the extra point, which is blocked.
Low, just like the first one. So the extra point, no good. And with 3:07 left in the second, Boonville extends their lead. They're out in front by a score, 13-0. Back here on Lake TV, where Boonville, an outstanding start here in the first half. Mike, Osage has had it just one time thus far. Just 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter. And Boonville out in front 13-0.
Osage with all of their timeouts, and they will get the ball to start the second half of play. So, you know, get a score here, get the ball to start the second half. You feel a little bit better about yourself, but they've got to sustain some sort of drive.
Porter with the kick, and that's Eric Murphy on the return across the 35 all the way up to about the 39-yard line. Nice return by Eric Murphy, and Osage has it just shy of the 40-yard line. You'll remember, got the football at their own 44-yard line last time and squandered that drive.
I think it was actually the guy that you really like, Colt Butler, on that return, number 2. But, yeah, just a great effort to finish and get as much out of that as he possibly could. What do you think? You going to open up the passing game? You got plenty of time to still run it here.
I don't know. Everything's still out in front of you. I mean, you don't want to become one-dimensional. Here is Drake Williams on the carry. Big gainer on first down across the 50. He's got a Beck Wellness Center first down into Boonville territory after the 13-yard run. And now penalty flags fly, and I think you're going to get Osage as Boonville is clapping.
It's going to be a dead ball foul. The yardage, I think, is going to stand, but then they'll move it back 15. Yeah, when the official fires that flag up in the air, it was something he did not like. And they're going to mark it down in a little black book here, too, I think. So it's probably an unsportsmanlike of some sort. That play there, Williams was right on the backside of his lineman. That was Landon Robbins, and was just kind of hanging on and following him up in the gap. Great job here as Robbins pulls. So he's just up there with him. But let's see what's going on here. You can't stand over somebody. Now he's helping his teammate up. I don't see anything there. Got a good officiating crew here tonight. These gentlemen work very hard.
Doing a nice job of getting it right here, and they are marking something in the book, so we'll wait for the call.
That's going to be an unsportsmanlike dead ball foul, personal foul against Osage. So the run should stand, I do believe, and then they'll mark off the 15 from that. So it's going to be 1st and 25.
Ouch.
Yeah. Yeah, you get something really positive. Well, that's not going to be 15 yards here, guys. You need to go another 5, and they do.
So, yeah, that is not the way Osage wanted to see this drive start. Get the first down up across midfield, and then a 15-yard penalty backs it all the way up to your 37-yard line, where it's 1st and 25, and neither of those are ideal.
No. No, especially when you had something really positive to start there. Coach Jolly comes out to talk to Maverick Trusty, and I'm sure give him a play there.
No, and they're going to bring the sticks back, so it's not the yardage as well.
It was a dead ball foul. Okay, these guys know the rules better than I do. I shouldn't say anything, but it was a dead ball foul, so I would assume it'd be 1st and 25. It's break for Osage.
Yeah, so 1st and 10 at their own 37 instead of 1st and 25. So still 2 minutes, 55 seconds on the clock. Here's Drake Williams right back to the same play. Outside, still on his feet. Here goes Drake Williams across midfield up to the 45-yard line. A big-time gainer. We're going to say 6. We're going to give him 19 yards on the run. It's a Beck Wellness Center first down, and Osage needed that.
Yeah, they did. That worked out very well. Of course, when you block and run that well, that's making your own, taking care of business for yourself. There's the quick start.
And here's Brock Arrowwood now, and he's got a big gainer up the middle. He's got 13 or 14 yards. We'll say 13 yards and a Beck Wellness Center first down, and just like that, Osage 1st and 10 at the Boonville 31-yard line.
Yeah, that's the best run of the night for Arrowwood to come in with 572 yards rushing on the season. That'll put him over 600 now. Plenty of time.
So pitch outside. Drake Williams almost lost it. Still on his feet inside the 20, all the way down. And we'll see where they mark him. They say he stepped out at the 19-yard line. Boonville coach is livid on the sideline. They believe he stepped out even sooner than that, but it's a Beck Wellness Center first down, a 12-yard gain, and Osage inside the the Price and Randall injury attorney's red zone.
No. He tiptoed it, man. That was well done by Williams to stay in bounds quick.
They're going to go to Arrowwood who lowers his head, and he's down to about the 16-yard line before he pays the price.
Yeah, that's a situation where I'd like to see the whistle blown it just a little bit quicker.
Well, they teach them, right? You play to the whistle, and this game getting a little chippy, so hopefully the officials will indeed be quick on the whistle. But 3 yards on first down, Mike, and second down and 7. Osage, a great answer here as we're inside. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Drake Williams gets the carry, trying to get outside, staying on his feet inside the 10 as a Beck Wellness Center first down at the 8-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain, and Osage will have it first and goal from the 8-yard line.
Wow, Williams has got it taken over the offense here for Osage. Arrowwood, a smaller back, a little bit lighter back, and for about 8 there, William.
Beautiful.
First and goal from the 9, set and go.
First and goal, Brock Arrowwood gets the carry inside the 5 to the house for the score for the 9th time this season. Brock Arrowwood, a rushing touchdown, and Osage cuts into the Boonville lead with 1:32 left in the first half. 13-6. We're an extra point away from Osage cutting it to a 6-point game.
And again, we'll remind you that Osage gets the ball to start the second half, and we'll also remind you that Boonville has used 2 of their 3 allotted timeouts. So they only have 1 remaining here to work with.
Nathan Grohl will snap. Robert Dubbs, good job holding. The kick is up, and it is good. But Robert Dubbs, a great job on a low snap inside. And Osage cuts into the Boonville lead. Your score, the Boonville Pirates 13, the Osage Indians 7.
At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic and 2 pediatricians with same-day appointments available. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone with 5 primary care locations conveniently located across the Ozarks. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
It's the Lake Expo app, the lake's trusted news source, the boating lifestyle, the hottest lakefront real estate, where to go, what to see, and what to do at the lake. It's the Lake Expo app. Download it today.
Back here on Lake TV, and a big answer for the Osage Indians, Mike. And, you know, we know how capable Drake Williams is, but his running was hard on that series.
Yeah, 8 carries in the first half now, 89 yards. Even though Arrowwood finished the drive with a 9-yard touchdown run, most of that coming from Williams.
So Osage now needs to get a stop, and for Boonville, still a minute 32 and 1 timeout as Brady Clark's kick is high and short. Takes an Osage bounce live football.
Oh, my.
And I think Osage has it. They do. Ethan Wall comes up with the recovery, and the Indians are in business. They have it 1st and 10 at the Boonville 23, and that's 2 weeks in a row we've seen that, Mike.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a lack of awareness that that's a live ball, but it did check up. I mean, you never know which way that ball is going to bounce when it hits on the turf like that, but it checked up.
Still no excuses. If you are on the kick return team, you cannot let that happen, especially to a team as dangerous as Osage. 1st and 10 from the Boonville 24.
You have to figure this is good for at least a field goal.
Here's the pitch out to Drake Williams. He leaps and then falls at about the 21-yard line. We're going to give him a 3-yard gain and get to see the athleticism there. And, yeah, you're right. This is inside Brady Clark field goal range at this point. However, you do want to hold on to the football. And if you're Osage, you'd rather get a touchdown headed into the break knowing you get the football first outside of the halftime.
And you got to like Clark's chance of making an extra point as well and giving you a lead if you can get the touchdown. All kinds of time. Osage has all 3 timeouts.
Drake Williams gets the carry. Good hole. Finds it. And then stopped at about the 13-yard line. That's a Beck Wellness Center first down for the Indians. And Williams putting the Osage team on his back here in this second quarter.
That puts him over 100 yards here for the first half. Great block on the left tackle, Gattemeyer.
1st and 10 from the 13. Drake Williams gets the carry. Big hole, still on his feet. There is a penalty flag as Osage, for now, inside the Price and Randall Injury Attorney's red zone, but this may be coming back.
We're waiting for the call. We're assuming holding, and that's the call. So the flag is dropped at the
15, it looks like.
It'll come back to about the 25, so in essence an 11-yard penalty, and wipes out a nice run.
You know, we've seen some big holds on this last couple of series for Osage, for Drake Williams, and also even when there's not, he has seemed to squeeze through the defense, and we already know how capable he is in the open field, but I've been impressed with him inside the tackles here in this quarter, Mike, and got to give the hot hand the football.
You took the words out of my mouth. You know, you go with Arrowwood mostly, but go with the hot hand.
And taking a shot into the flat, dangerous pass deflected up and incomplete. That was an ill-advised throw by Maverick Trusty, as it was outstanding coverage. Never had a shot of completing it, and he's fortunate that falls incomplete. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 20.
Yeah, you're in a situation where you're throwing from almost the right hash mark all the way to the far side of the field, and that gives that defensive back a long time to react, and I think maybe just throwing a half-second late, too. Trusty only 2 of 6 passing. Most of the offense tonight for Osage on the ground.
That's really been the case the last couple of weeks for Osage. Going to be an up and under. Looking for Schreiman, taking a shot into the end zone. Incomplete. Great job defensively getting back Dylan Clark on the coverage. He never turned his head around, but he never made contact with Hunter Schreiman.
I think he had that ball, Schreiman did, for just an instant there, but it actually came down kind of low. There's the pump fake and the throw. Let's see what Schreiman can do with it. I think he had us for a second. A little face guarding there, but not much in the way of contact. The official right on it.
So 3rd down and 20, and again, worth noting, Brady Clark, you're within his range right here. They may run. Then again, what do I know?
A lot.
Drake Williams on the carry up the middle. Look out. Drake Williams inside the 10 to the house for the score. Drake Williams from 24 yards out. Unbelievable. On 3rd down and 20, you run it, and you do so from 24 yards out, and Osage has tied the game, Mike, with 37 seconds left.
Wow. And you, again, like the chances of Clark giving you the lead. And again, you'll get the ball to start the second half with only 37 seconds remaining in the first half of play. What a turnaround.
Unbelievable, as Nathan Grohl will snap, dubs, and it's blocked.
Wow.
Only the 2nd missed extra point this year for Brady Clark. And Mike, with 37 seconds left, we are tied, folks. 37 seconds left in the second quarter. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on Lake TV.
During this chapter of life, we are really taking the time to enjoy the little things.
So it was important to have our final wishes pre-planned so our family wouldn't be burdened later on.
Hedges Scott Millard made it simple but thorough. They provided us with different options right here in the comfort of our home.
We are so glad that we planned ahead. Now a whole lot more of this, a little of this, all with the peace of mind we wanted.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life. Take time to enjoy it.
Back here on Lake TV, and what a ball game so far. It was Osage. They got the football with 3:07 left, down 13-0. We're now tied 13-13, still 37 seconds left, and Brady Clark's kick is high and short. Checks up, however. Boonville, Johnny on the spot. Look out. Big time return here for the Pirates, and a big hit by Brady Clark up at the 46-yard line. But that's one risk you take on those short kicks if you don't have guys there covering. And Boonville, 31 seconds, 1 timeout. They've got it in Osage territory.
I'll tell you what the difference is there. That ball popped up right to him. He was able to catch it in stride and get up the sideline, and Osage lost containment. The one that was turned over, that just came to him perfectly. The one that was turned over checked up and came back a little bit.
Ooh, look at Brady Clark.
Clark's hit, big hit.
He's letting out that frustration from the blocked extra point. So Boonville at the 46-yard line. It was Samuel Haig, an incredible return, a great job to not only field it after the last kickoff, but give Boonville a shot. So here's Tatum, Huff, taking a shot into the flat and
tipped.
incomplete. It was, and fortunately for Boonville, falls harmlessly to the turf. Going to bring up 2nd down and 10. And, Mike, how about this turnaround for Osage these last 3 minutes?
Wow. Wouldn't it be nice if you could put your finger on what happened? I mean, Boonville was dominating both sides of the line of scrimmage, and suddenly, Osage had that big running play that was called back on the hold, and you think, oh, boy, this is not good. You're going to be down 13-0 going into the half. But then they just were able to overcome that penalty and run it in. Then they get the turnover on the kickoff and run that in. Again on 3rd and long.
What a game here in the first half. 13-all. 2nd down and 10. Alex McDonald gets the carry. Has some room. Still on his feet. Look out. He's taken down after an 11-yard Beck Wellness Center first down. Still 20 seconds left, but that had the making of a huge play if Hunter Schreiman hadn't tripped him up.
I think Boonville got a break there, too. I think that should have been ruled down in bounds with the clock running. Well, it would have stopped momentarily to move the chains, but still.
And it is. Clock is running. And now they have to spike it at the 35, so 14 seconds left, Mike. They got it at the 35-yard line here. 2nd down and 10, and a nice play. I like that play call on the run. And you're right. You hit the nail on the head. You risk not getting out of bounds, and they did it. So,
well, actually, they have to stop the clock momentarily to move the chains up. But they wound the clock very quickly, too. But they ruled him out of bounds and stopped the clock momentarily because of that. But I don't know why they started it again, especially at home.
So 2nd down and 10, 35-yard line. Only 14 seconds here on the clock for Boonville.
Osage has had no pass rush tonight. They're going to have to do it. Not sure what that is.
A lot of movement. Here's Tatum Huff rolling to his left. Look out, giving chase and then throwing out of bounds. Tatum Huff wise to get rid of it as Ethan Wall was coming like a freight train from his right side. Going to bring up 3rd down and 10. And, Mike, one thing I noticed about Boonville, when they do pass, they have Tatum Huff on the move.
Yeah, and on that time, Wall just came untouched across the formation and rolling to his left as a right-handed quarterback with Wall hot on his trail. He had no chance to square his hips and shoulders and get that throw downfield accurately to one of his receivers. Great pressure by Wall.
You surprised Osage doesn't have anybody back? I mean, they got the safeties,
I don't know.
But that seems like pretty tight coverage. They're looking for Cons on the other side. They've got him. He brings it in across the 30, and he gets out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. We'll give him 7 yards. Going to bring up 4th down and 3 from the 28-yard line.
Had 3 consecutive incomplete passes did Huff, but that was a big one there.
Just 3 seconds on the clock, so you can forget about the down. And Tatum Huff not happy about something. I think they're saying it was not ruled out of bounds. We're going to stay right here with you. 3 seconds left here in the first half. Of course, this will be your final play, barring any penalties. But what a first half we've had, Mike.
Yeah, we've not had a lot of strategy to talk about in most of our broadcast games. Using their last time out there was Boonville. They did rule that contact was made inbounds as the player got out of bounds. So it is a dead ball foul.
Is that the rule?
It is in the pros.
I thought at a high school you had to be moving laterally or backwards for the clock to keep running, and it definitely looked like Cons was moving forward. And, I mean, I will admit, for those listening at home or watching at home, I do get college and pro rules mixed up quite regularly. And to my defense, they change the rules almost every year.
Yes.
And I'm not great at keeping track of stuff. But I can tell you this has been a sensational first half of football. Great football in the first quarter by the Boonville Pirates. Really the first quarter and a half, and Osage has answered. So final play of the first half here. Time for one shot.
Unless there's a defensive penalty.
Tatum Huff rolling to his left, takes a shot for the end zone. It's up, he's there, Cons hauls it in for the score on the final play of the first half. It is a 27-yard score. What an unbelievable throw and catch. It was Tatum Huff, and he had Landon Cons, the sophomore, who just went up and took it from the defense, Mike.
Yeah, the coverage was there. And the quarterback knew he had to throw it into the end zone. And I think one of the defenders there for Osage got caught watching the ball and let the defender get behind him. But what a throw and a catch.
And the extra point is up and good, so a thrilling first half of play ends with some fireworks. Boonville out in front of the Osage Indians by a score of 20-13. We'll take a short commercial break and be back in about 3 minutes with your Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes halftime show.
Tailgate season is here. Get ready for the fun at Husker GMC. We have the best prices on Sierra trucks, perfect for every adventure. Right now, buy a new Sierra 1500 Elevation and save over $9,000 off MSRP. There's a reason why so many customers choose Husker GMC. Shop and save on Sierra 1500, 2500, and 3500 at your GMC truck headquarters. Shop now at huskergmc.com or visit our showroom in Lincoln. We are professional grade.
Competing on the field requires hard work.
It also requires effort and making good choices, which carries over off the field.
Like good choices behind the wheel of your car. Did you know that a driver is 20 times more likely to be in a serious accident if texting and driving?
Last year alone, 104 people were killed in Missouri from distracted driving. So keep leading the statistics, but don't become one.
Buckle up, phones down.
This Drive Safe, Boat Safe reminder brought to you by Price & Randall, injury attorneys.
Hey everybody, it's Daryl Cunningham with Slumberland Furniture at the Lake. It's one of the most fun weeks of the year because we're getting ready for our customer appreciation sale. We're going to cook hot dogs, we're going to have great drinks, giveaways, games for extra discounts. Not only that, we're going to have interest-free financing as well. So you need to come check out all the fun at our customer appreciation sale at Slumberland Furniture, where we're bringing happy home.
At Beck Wellness, we always say that if you don't make time for your wellness, you'll be forced to make time for your illness. Our goal is to make sure you're ready to enjoy all the lake has to offer, and more importantly, that you don't miss out on the moments that matter the most. From neuropathy, problems with your feet, hip, or back pain, and even a spinal tune-up. I'll make sure you're set to enjoy the moments that matter the most. I'm Dr. Mark Beck, inviting you to stop by for a consultation. But for now, back to this live high school game of the week on Lake TV.
The best year-round dining at Lake of the Ozarks is Tucker Shuckers Oyster and Tap. Open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. Enjoy our award-winning menu, including our signature oysters. And we serve food until 11, so stop by tonight after the Indians game. Tucker Shuckers on the historic Bagnell Dam Strip. Proud sponsor of Osage Indians football on Lake TV.
Lake life starts here. At Lake Expo Real Estate, we know that buying or selling a lakefront property is more than just a transaction. It's the beginning of a new chapter. A chapter that we strive to make easy, from listing to closing. In a competitive market, we showcase your property to the masses online with lakeexpo.com, returning unmatched visibility. And if you're ready to buy that lake house, our team lives and breathes the lake lifestyle, so we know what this chapter is all about. At Lake Expo Real Estate, we believe in community, cherishing those lasting memories, and helping make your lake dream a reality. Check us out online to find lake properties. No logins, no distractions, just pure, unfiltered lake views and options. Lake Expo Real Estate, where we are ready to be a part of your next chapter.
What's like and follow?
Phones are very distracting. Which is why Missouri now has a law against holding a phone while driving.
Dude, what are you doing? You can't hold your phone while driving.
Yeah, that's illegal. Buckle up.
It's time for a new home, and your solution is Ozark Homes under the water tower in Lori. Your home is and should be your safe place. At Ozark Homes, we take your dream and make it a reality while staying within your budget. With real estate and construction prices at an all-time high, let Ozark Homes stretch your dollar. We have many customizable options, including kitchens, bathrooms, fireplaces. We even offer a second-level option. Quotes are always free, so give us a call or stop by today. Ozark Homes, making homeowners' dreams a reality for over 30 years.
Life truly is all about memories, but more importantly, those we create those memories with. And at Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes, our staff focuses on the families we serve.
Maybe you wouldn't necessarily know where to start. Josh showed up from the beginning to the end. He did amazing. I would absolutely recommend them to everybody I know.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we understand it's the little things that make a big difference for the families we serve.
And we're back here on Lake TV. It's time for your Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes halftime show. And Mike, for a game that was scoreless after one quarter of play and saw Boonville extend to a 13-0 lead. Boy, that last 3 minutes of that second quarter was quite exciting.
A lot going on, that's for sure, and exciting, yes, for us. We've had some games that have gotten really out of hand. Not a lot of strategy to talk about, just whether or not we're going to get into continuous clock or not. So, yeah, it's fun to be able to, what's going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? What changed? And I don't know what changed there in the first half. Osage was getting dominated along the line of scrimmage, and all of a sudden they got that drive going and got their ground game going. They just took over there. But that late touchdown, that was beautifully executed by Boonville Huff to Landon Cons.
Yeah, that was quite the way to end the first half as far as Boonville is concerned, especially considering all the momentum, right, had been taken back by Osage. They're set to get the football back. One play, 4 seconds left on the clock, and it was a beauty. Kind of reminded me of Kyler Murray to DeAndre Hopkins in the final play against the Bills a few years ago. Heartbreaking.
I must have missed that game somehow. At least you didn't have a quarterback fall down on his butt, get up and run in for the game-winning touchdown.
Sounds like Trevor Lawrence against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that. But, hey, I want to talk about Alex McDonald. He was unbelievable. And what a lift for this Boonville team, right? He was out weeks 4, weeks 5, week 6. Comes back tonight, and he had almost 100 yards in that first half. 2 huge plays were called back that would have put him at that. But he runs the football hard, and we saw him out of the backfield, and he really had an impressive first half.
Yeah, and his offensive line just took over. It was nothing fancy. He got out to the outside one time and had a good gain, but their line was very, very effective against Osage. But both teams obviously made some adjustments somehow. Some of the kids play both ways. How do you coach them up on that? But made some adjustments there in the second quarter, and the offenses took off. Yeah,
and for Boonville, both of those touchdowns in the first half were courtesy of Alex McDonald on the ground. They built that 13-0 lead, and then for Osage, great drive. They get it back with 3 minutes left. Drake Williams got him going. Big-time runs on that drive. Brock Arrowwood capped it off. And then the next kickoff, right, bounces up. Osage jumps on it, and then Drake Williams punches it in. The extra point missed, and it's 13-all. Might be going to the half with that score, right? And then final play, that big connection to Landon Cons. That's quite a treat to have both the sophomore and the senior have big play capabilities like both of those young men.
Yeah, but remember how that drive started. There was the short kind of just pop-up type kick, and it popped up right to the receiver, who was able to catch it in stride, get up the sideline, and get a good, strong return, which set up the opportunity for them to get that touchdown with the play that started with 3 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, and I was real impressed in that first half with quarterback Tatum. Huff, not only throwing the football when he needed to, was very accurate, of course, that last play, but also not doing anything too much, right? We saw a couple of times where he took a loss on a tackle, one he threw out of bounds, and so he seems like as a junior that he's really got this team, this program figured out, and he knows which direction they're headed, and even though they allowed Osage to tie it, man, what momentum they bring into halftime.
Yeah, certainly. He's a coach's kid. There's no doubt about that. He's got an idea about what he's going to do. And when you got that big-time pressure backside from Wall, running full speed to his left to avoid the sack, which would probably run the clock pretty much down, he just throws it away. That's a smart play. Don't try to force something and get the turnover and take away eventually what was a touchdown to give them the lead back again.
And so I want to find out, Mike, when you look at what Osage did in the first half, we know they can run the football. Drake Williams was so good in that first half. But do you feel like that Osage, with as big as Boonville is up front, that we're going to have to see them air it out in the second half a little more?
You might throw some more screens in there or something like that. But the offensive line, I mean, I don't know what they were doing different, but suddenly the holes were there, and Williams just took over. Now, Airwood's not getting the carries that he normally gets, but he did finish that one drive off. And I think the really impressive thing there for Osage, they had to overcome some penalties, too. They put them in like a 1st and 20 or something like that, and took away a couple of long runs as well, too.
Yeah, and Boonville's been hit with some big penalties on Alex McDonald runs. So what's the numbers officially look like? Of course, Drake Williams, a massive first half.
Yeah, I wouldn't say official, but I'm in the ballpark generally, so we'll see.
Close.
I'm close. We'll see what it looks like. Butler had 1 carry, lost 2 yards. Williams was a big guy in the first half for Osage, had the 24-yard touchdown run, his last carry. 11 carries, 125 yards in the first half. That puts him at 643 on the season, 643 yards on the season. Airwood had 8 for 41 and had that 9-yard touchdown. The catches, only 2 of 8 throwing in the first half for Trusty. The catches went to Schreiman, 1 for 14, and Airwood, 1 for 2. So 164 yards on the ground for School of the Osage on 20 attempts, 16 through the air, 180 net from scrimmage. No turnovers for Osage. They had 4 penalties for 36 yards. Huff had 3 carries for a net of 15 yards. McDonald, pretty big first half, 15 carries, 91 yards, 2 touchdowns of 2 and 19 yards. So the rushing total 106 for the Boonville Pirates on 18 attempts. They had the 1 fumble. You have to count it as a fumble, the turnover on the kickoff, although no one for Boonville actually touched the ball. The passing stats, Huff, very good. He was 9 of 13. The catches went to McDonald, 1 for 14. Landon Collins, and that great catch there at the end of the first half of 28 yards, had 4 for 44. And Logan Collins had 4 for 47. How about this for balance? 106 yards rushing for Boonville, 105 through the air. Couldn't have got 1 more yard in there someplace. 9 of 13 passing, 211 net from scrimmage. And again, School of the Osage had 180. The penalties were 3 for 35 for Boonville. And again, they had the 1 fumble.
Yeah, and if you're Coach Jolly, right, you fall down 13-0. You're real happy about getting those 2 scores. The kickoff play works to perfection. But then you watch that last play from the half. But being down 13 points with 3 minutes to go, getting the football first, I think you're okay with being down. You don't love the way it happened, right? But you didn't really think with 3 minutes left down 2 scores, you were going to go into halftime tied.
No, and Brady Clark doesn't miss many extra points. He got that one blocked. I don't know if it was just a low kick by him or what, but you had every expectation after getting that second touchdown there by Arrowwood of going into the halftime ahead after being dominated a little bit there early in the second quarter.
Yeah, but the score at the break is Boonville out in front 20-13. We'll take a commercial break and be back on Lake TV with your second half from Boonville.
During this chapter of life, we are really taking the time to enjoy the little things.
So it was important to have our final wishes pre-planned so our family wouldn't be burdened later on.
Hedges Scott Millard made it simple, but thorough. They provided us with different options right here in the comfort of our home.
We are so glad that we planned ahead. Now a whole lot more of this, a little of this, all with the peace of mind we wanted.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life. Take time to enjoy it.
At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic and 2 pediatricians with same-day appointments available. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone with 5 primary care locations conveniently located across the Ozarks. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
Hey everybody, it's Daryl Cunningham with Slumberland Furniture at the Lake. It's one of the most fun weeks of the year because we're getting ready for our customer appreciation sale. We're gonna cook hot dogs, we're gonna have great drinks, giveaways, games for extra discounts. Not only that, we're gonna have interest-free financing as well. So you need to come check out all the fun at our customer appreciation sale at Slumberland Furniture, where we're bringing happy home.
Hey, Hey, be sure to join us for this week's COMC Community Spotlight Show. We've got our friends Peter and Susan Brown from the Koppler Brown family with us. That family's kind of royalty here at the lake. They helped build and develop what is now the Lake of the Ozarks. We're going to hear some of the stories from the very beginning, how the lodge started and some of the difficulties they had along the way. So be sure to join us. It'll be a lot of fun. The COMC Community Spotlight Show.
At Beck Wellness, we always say that if you don't make time for your wellness, you'll be forced to make time for your illness. Our goal is to make sure you're ready to enjoy all the lake has to offer, and more importantly, that you don't miss out on the moments that matter the most. From neuropathy, problems with your feet, hip, or back pain, and even a spinal tune-up. I'll make sure you're set to enjoy the moments that matter the most. I'm Dr. Mark Beck, inviting you to stop by for a consultation. But for now, back to this live high school game of the week on Lake TV.
It's time for a new home, and your solution is Ozark Homes under the water tower in Lori. Your home is and should be your safe place. At Ozark Homes, we take your dream and make it a reality while staying within your budget. With real estate and construction prices at an all-time high, let Ozark Homes stretch your dollar. We have many customizable options, including kitchens, bathrooms, fireplaces. We even offer a second-level option. Quotes are always free, so give us a call or stop by today. Ozark Homes, making homeowners' dreams a reality for over 30 years.
At New Spring Wellness Center, we understand how hectic life can be and the stress that comes with it. We also understand that your health often gets forgotten about. Whether it's addiction, weight loss, or lack of energy, New Spring Wellness Center offers natural services you won't find other places. From our vitamin IV drips to our laser hair removal and everything else. Naturally better health is our focus at New Spring Wellness Center in Osage Beach. Call now to schedule your free consultation.
It all started in Missouri.
These hills have heard our language.
This identity is more than just a history lesson.
We are a nation that stands very strong because of the people that came before us.
We're Wajaji, and the Wajajis come from Missouri.
Welcome you back here on Lake TV. It's our Hedges Scott Millard halftime show. And Mike, when we look at the next couple of weeks here on Lake TV, next week we'll be back at Victor Field for the Eldon Mustangs and California Pintos. And for Eldon, after starting 3-0, losing 4 in a row headed into next week, well, you hate to assume they're at Blair Oaks tonight, of course. Yeah. But we'll have them in California, getting to see 2 original Tri-County Conference teams. And then, of course, Week 9, we'll be back with these Osage Indians at home. We do want to note this year we won't have playoff high school football here on Lake TV with the new rules change for MSHA along with the huddle contract. No reason unless we just went and produced it and you could buy it on pay-per-view. So I'll go to the games. It looks like Osage will be on a first-round bye potentially, or I certainly hope, to give some reports and updates on our social media, but no playoff football. So following the conclusion of tonight, Mike, just 2 weeks of the high school football season left for us here on Lake TV.
Goes by quickly, doesn't it?
It does. It seems like it was just week 1 in Camdenton, and they were playing Jeff City, and here we are looking at that home stretch. You start to look at seedings, and when you look at district, of course, Osage 5-1 in first place in their district. Moberly in second place due to the strength of schedule. They play so many 4 and 5A schools. Their points, even though they're only looks like 2 and 4, they're actually just a few points back of Osage. That makes that week 2 comeback win that much more important.
Yeah, because if somehow Moberly was able to pass Osage, I don't think that can actually happen. But if they were, Osage could appeal and say, hey, we beat them head-to-head.
Yeah.
And that's the end of that. That's the end of that conversation.
Sure. So you look at that, and then, of course, in the conference, unfortunately, you got to deal with Blair Oaks every year, so they'll be the Tri-County Conference champs once again, you assume.
And this game, we forgot to mention this, is basically for second place in the conference.
Yeah, I mean, right now you look at the Tri-County Conference, Osage at 3-1 in conference, and so is Boonville, right? And Boonville in Class 7, District 7. So it's a little bit different for them, of course, but you look at their district, man, they have some tough teams in that district. Of course, Blair Oaks played in that district a year ago before they dropped down to 2A, and two of those losses for Boonville, as you alluded to in the pregame, belong to Blair Oaks. But for tonight, 20-13, Boonville has the lead. Osage going to get it first to start our second half, and I think one player that's going to have an impact on the second half on offense is going to have to be Hunter Schreiman.
Yeah, no doubt. You've got to get him involved in it a little bit. Yeah, the running game really started clicking there in the second quarter, especially late in the second quarter. But to open things up a little bit, you've got to make those linebackers drop out of the gaps. And their line is impressive. Boonville's line is, and they got their good running back. He's been out the last 3 weeks. And this is a good-looking team. It'd be a dangerous team in the postseason as well.
Yeah, well coached, very, very, and you mentioned very, very tight with their sets on the line of scrimmage, those guards, those tackles, just a whole line. They're so close together, makes it tough, especially when Alex McDonald running the football the way he was. But two backs had big first halves. Alex McDonald, 91 yards for Boonville. Drake Williams, 119 yards for Osage. So we have the second half here on Lake TV when we return after this.
So what are you in for? I had a few beers and I decided to drive. You? I stopped at a green light. I was high.
Dude, you can't be drunk or high while driving. Yeah, that's illegal. Even just slightly buzzed or high decreases your reaction time by at least 50%. What? It does.
Well, what did you guys do?
We robbed the house.
Be a good guy. Don't drive drunk or high. The best year-round dining at Lake of the Ozarks is Tucker Shuckers Oyster and Tap. Open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. Enjoy our award-winning menu, including our signature oysters. And we serve food until 11, so stop by tonight after the Indians game. Tucker Shuckers on the historic Bagnell Dam Strip. Proud sponsor of Osage Indians football on Lake TV. It's the Lake Expo app, the lake's trusted news source. The boating lifestyle, the hottest lakefront real estate, where to go, what to see, and what to do at the lake. It's the Lake Expo app. Download it today.
Life starts here. At Lake Expo Real Estate, we know that buying or selling a lakefront property is more than just a transaction. It's the beginning of a new chapter. A chapter that we strive to make easy, from listing to closing. In a competitive market, we showcase your property to the masses online with lakeexpo.com, returning unmatched visibility. And if you're ready to buy that lake house, our team lives and breathes the lake lifestyle, so we know what this chapter is all about. At Lake Expo Real Estate, we believe in community, cherishing those lasting memories, and helping make your lake dream a reality. Check us out online to find lake properties. No logins, no distractions, just pure, unfiltered lake views and options. Lake Expo Real Estate, where we are ready to be a part of your next chapter.
Welcome you back here as we get ready to start our second half, taking a look back at the first half highlights. Of course, the way the first half ended, that big throw to Cons, just big-time play, and that's how Boonville regained their lead right before the break. Of course, the second half, Boonville going to be kicking off to Osage, up a touchdown, and this is so big. Of course, looking for second place in the conference, but this would certainly be a big win for the home team at 4-2. Looking to come up, and we're going to look at Alex McDonald's first touchdown there. And then out of the backfield, that was a big 3rd down and 7. And, Mike, something Boonville did well was keep the sticks moving and, pass block. But on 3rd down, they really did a nice job of keeping the Osage defense out there and extending drives. And McDonald, as we told you, was so tough. And this was an impressive run there. Of course, Osage, this was the one they want back, that last play before the half. And look at Cons. Just spots it, goes up and gets it.
Goes up and gets it to high point. And the mistake made there is never let the guy get behind you. That just can't happen. I think he knew that he had help over the top of the safety, but the safety just a split second late. Hey, and you got to sometimes just tip your cap. We don't wear caps in football, but you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, just a great throw and a great catch. I mean, they made the play they needed to make there to get that late score. But we got a ball game here. And, again, it's odd how one team you think Boonville had just taken over play in this game in the second quarter. And Osage just turned it around. You thought they're really in trouble here now. Now it's maybe the last play of the game that decides this.
So we are set for second half as Osage runs out onto the field. Of course, Brody Porter, the senior linebacker, does the kicking duties, and Drake Williams back deep, but Colt Butler and Hunter Schreiman line up on both sides of him at the 15. So Boonville with a 7-point lead set to kick off, and we're underway in the second half, and that is a
out of bounds.
Smart move by Colt Butler. Kind of risky. You're not sure how it's going to land, but the trajectory told him, and so Osage going to get good field position here at the 35-yard line.
If this was basketball, you'd say great court awareness. He squared his shoulders parallel to the sideline, so if that ball did come back, he'd be able to react to it very well. The momentum of the ball took it out of bounds. It gives you great field position. You don't have to worry about a penalty. You don't have to worry about a fumble.
So 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And after no first quarter points, 33 dropped in that second quarter, Mike.
Impressive.
So on 1st down, going to give to Colt Butler on a slow developing play. And the sophomore going to be stuffed after a couple yards. We have 2nd down now. Good job by the Boonville defense not being fooled on that play.
Yeah, I think they followed him all the way around. And it's always a good idea to follow the guard and see where he's going, and that's what happened. The left guard pulled, they got out in front, and just bottled it up. This is a good line here for Boonville, no doubt about it.
Yeah,
good
nothing
size.
Cheap up the middle here for Osage.
They're young, too. Dominic Snow, just a sophomore.
Here's Drake Williams to the right side. And good job by Boonville recognizing. You saw the sideline. The coaches recognized something on that play, Mike, and they gave a signal to the defense that was going to be a run to number 8 to the right side. So I think Boonville is on to something with Osage's lineup when they go to that play. We saw that 3 or 4 times in the first half.
Well, I mentioned Dominic Snow, and he was the one that made the tackle there. So 3rd and 5 for Osage. They want to keep this drive alive.
Tone setter here in the early part of the 3rd quarter for both teams. 3rd and 4. Going to be pitch outside. Drake Williams cuts back, and a better tackle on the play. That is Darren Leonard with the stop. The senior comes up and trips up Drake Williams. Otherwise, he may still be running, and that'll bring up 4th down and 2, Mike.
I think they may go for it here. Now they brought some players in now that would make you think that this is a punt. Eric Murphy checks in.
I don't know, Mike. 4th down and 2, and even if they do line up to punt, Boonville better be ready.
They're not really even sending anyone back yet. And now Trusty will stand back at his own 30 for the punt.
Yeah, and I think here, 4th down and 2. Trusty gets off the punt, and it is a good one, and takes a Osage bounce all the way down to the 10-yard line. So that is going to be a 47-yard punt from Maverick Trusty, and Boonville takes over 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
Samuel Haig was back deep, and hey, if you're not comfortable with it, just get away from it. It's not a live ball on a punt. It cost them some yardage, but it didn't cost them a turnover.
So Boonville stops Osage 3 and out on the first series, gives it back to their offense with a 7-point lead, but they're backed up at their own 10-yard line. First down, McDonald gets the carry. There's a hold, not called. Good job tripping him up at about the 15-yard line after a 5-yard gain. Looks like Ethan Wall was grabbed, but 2nd down and 5 upcoming, and McDonald's impressive night continues. He's just 4 yards shy of hitting the century-yard mark.
Langelier also helping out on that tackle for School of the Osage. Good team tackling, but still a good gain on first down.
It's a name we called a lot last time we had Osage a week ago against Hallsville. He had himself a ball game. So 2nd down and 5 now. Early going of our second half, McDonald gets the carry. Trying to get outside. He will. Cuts back across the 30. Across the 35, and finally forced out by Hunter Schreiman at the 37-yard line. That's going to be a 22-yard Beck Wellness Center first down, and a big run for McDonald as he is now over the century-yard mark.
Oh, yeah, easily. I got him at 117 on 17 carries for the night. Boy, he got outside quickly.
Yeah, and he followed his blockers. It wasn't real quick to develop, but once he hit that hole, look out. So first down and 10, balls to 38-yard line. Osage yet to get a whole lot of pressure in the backfield or negative plays, which they're used to. And here's McDonald. First down carries, a good one. Up to the 47, will give him 8 yards and keeps those legs moving, and leading the way was Ellison.
Well, you conjectured that possibly in the pregame show that he might be on a pitch count here. It doesn't look like it. That's 18 carries for him now.
No, not a chance, really. We have seen very little of anyone else running the backfield except for Tatum Huff, and why would you with the way Alex McDonald is running the football, the junior. It's been sensational. 2nd down and 1. Looks like they're going to take a shot up the seam and nearly intercepted. Hunter Schreiman knocks it away. It was a seam route for the tight end, Kayseen Roper, running up the seam, and a great play by Schreiman coming over and knocking that one away.
Yeah, but 2nd down and a long one, that's a good call. The play just wasn't there. And the one time tonight that we've seen Huff force a ball into traffic, Schreiman, great job coming over from his safety position to break that one up. And pretty good coverage initially by Eric Murphy.
Yeah, good coverage indeed by the senior. Here is McDonald on 3rd down and short, has a Beck Wellness Center first down. Jaden Wilkes brings him down, but not until he has it across midfield. A 5-yard gain and a new set of downs for Boonville.
They're moving it like they were early in the 2nd quarter very effectively, getting the running game clicking again, and that big offensive line taking control. Even with the running game clicking, when they do throw the ball, it's been a clean pocket for Huff, even when he stays in the pocket.
Yeah, they have not been able to apply pressure, but all focus on Alex McDonald out of the backfield thus far. Then they do air it out. Huff has been very accurate with the football.
Pulling guard.
They give it new running back this time. It is Kayseen Roper.
And that's his first attempt of the night.
Who was targeted on the previous play. And this time he runs it, and it's a Beck Wellness Center first down to the Osage 36-yard line.
So they've been impressive here on this initial drive after getting a 3 and out on Osage. And think back to that 3rd down play, the great open field tackle on Williams.
Yeah, you're not kidding. It's a little read option, and Drake Williams stays home and stuffs Huff. There's a 1-yard loss, and it's only the 2nd time tonight, I believe, that Osage has disrupted Boonville in the backfield.
Yeah, they've not had much luck with penetration, either on a pass rush or on running plays, but somebody jumped a gap there and got on Huff. I've looked for them to run this play when they overload the left, but I would have thought he would have wanted to bootleg that out of there. The tackle first was Zakai Bundrick.
So 2nd down and 11. McDonald gets the carry. Ooh, here is Alex McDonald inside the 20. Tripped up by Hunter Schreiman. He's got a Beck Wellness Center first down and a big-time gainer. And now a penalty flag flies after the play. It's a big-time first down for McDonald, initially marked at the 17 before the penalty flies.
You got 25 on that run?
41 down to the 17. I got 24 unofficially, but we will wait for the penalty flag. That was a dead ball foul, it looked like.
We had an interesting interpretation of that situation earlier in the game. It was a dead ball foul after the play was over. And when you see an official fire that flag up in the air like that, it's something he didn't like, that he thought was uncalled for or whatever. We'll see if it's a personal foul like it was before. Looks like it may go against Boonville. Now the referee is going to talk it over with the linesman.
And it will. They mark off the yardage, so it is an unsportsmanlike conduct, dead ball, personal foul.
And the referee signals over the bench, that's the first one, and so they had to tell him who it was. Another one, and you're ejected from the game.
That's a break as far as Osage is concerned. And again, it's not the yardage as far as down in distance. So first down and 10 from the 32-yard line.
Yeah, I find that a little odd. I'm not sure, but again, the officials obviously know the rules better than I do. But
it's not much of a penalty. I mean, you take away 15 yards of field position, but still first and 10.
Another new running back in, number 41, Dylan Simmons.
And he's the leading running back the last 3 weeks, the sophomore. That's his first carry tonight, I believe.
Yeah, 49 carries for 241 and 2 touchdowns on the season. He just got a short gain there, but some fresh legs into the game.
Yeah, just give McDonald a bit of a breather. He came in, and we thought, as you alluded to, Mike, maybe on a snap count, but nearly 20 carries already so far tonight. So I believe you'll see Simmons for a little bit and maybe more of Roper in there. Second down and 9. Huff. Little play action. Looking for Cons and knocked away Brock Arrowwood with the coverage. Looking once again for Landon Cons. The sophomore falls incomplete. So a huge 3rd and 9 here for Boonville.
Yeah, they ran that same play in the first half, and Cons got inside leverage and made the catch rather easily for a nice gain, but that time it was covered up beautifully by the cornerback for School of the Osage.
Alex McDonald tried checking himself back into the game for this 3rd down, and Coach Huff says, no, not yet. Now they're having a talk, but McDonald was ready. So 3rd down and 9. They're going to keep it on the ground with Simmons. Simmons runs into a wall of Osage defense, and they'll stop him for just 2 yards on 3rd down and 9. That's going to bring a 4th down and 7, and if you're running it on 3rd and 9, you lead me to believe you're going for it.
Yeah, that would certainly be the leading indicator there. Checking in is Kyron Turner. I don't remember seeing him before in this game. There's no reason whatsoever to punt here.
No, this is a big 4th down and 6.
Yeah, everybody with their hands on their hips looking over at the sideline.
Ball's at the Osage 29. Remember this play, 4th down and 6 with 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
We're in the stack here with the receivers.
Well, now we have a
delay game, I think.
Yeah, I believe so. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. This is a big one, Mike. So instead of 4th and 7, 4th down and 12, and that's something you can't let happen in that situation.
No, not when you got the clock in the end zone like that. But they were late getting it in, and again, I'll mention Kyron Turner. I don't recall seeing him in the game before this play, and he looked a little uncertain about where he was supposed to be lining up. He still does, as a matter of fact.
And now it's going to be interesting to see what Coach Huff and the Boonville Pirates do. 4th down and 12, Mike, you don't gain a whole lot, as you said, by punting, especially if it goes into the end zone. So 4th down and 12, Boonville looks to be going.
Osage blitzing, and they
get home with a quarterback sack. Big number 75 stuffs him, and it's
get him on.
Caden Langolier.
Oh, excuse me, Langolier getting the sack there. Great job, and they were brought the house that time, and it was very effective.
And that is the first time in a while we've seen pressure on the quarterback, forcing Huff to step up, and Langelier was there. Osage, big turnover on downs, giving it back to their offense at the 43-yard line.
So 2 big stops, different ways of getting there, but Osage does get the stop. The penalty certainly helped out.
Arrowwood, first down carry, has a big gainer to the right side as a Beck Wellness Center first down into Boonville territory at the 47. Give him 10 yards and a first down for Brock Arrowwood.
Arrowwood, 9 carries now for 57 yards as Williams has got the bulk of the work here tonight.
Oh, so they mark him out 1 yard shy. I'm sure Boonville would rather him just give him the first down. Second down and 1. Take a shot here, Mike?
Yeah, Boonville did it successfully, or at least give it a try.
Instead, they go to Drake Williams, and he does not get it. He is stuffed. Great pursuit defensively, and they've gone to the well on that play a handful of times tonight, and Boonville has identified it.
Yeah, the guard pulled, and somebody, I didn't get the number, but jumped through that hole and tracked it down from the side. Good defensive play there by Boonville.
Third down and 1. Arrowwood gets the carry, has first down yardage up to the 41 yards. A Beck Wellness Center first down and a 7-yard run. It didn't seem like a lot, but it did the trick. And Arrowwood, such a hard-nosed runner, Mike, we've become accustomed to seeing him not go down on first contact.
Yeah, he's listed at 160, which is not what you would call a huge running back, but he's shifty. Kind of shifty. He will slide from side to side and take advantage of any little opening that he can find.
And just runs hard. They give it back to him. Arrowwood, as we said, keeps those legs moving, has about 3, maybe 4. And here you see the substitutions for Boonville, right? They get the 2 interior D linemen in. They'd love to keep their guys fresh. That's a big advantage when you have that much depth and you trust guys at the varsity level in the 3rd and 4th quarter to get out there.
That's what you said, which is correct, is the depth. I mean, you can send guys in there, but if they're not getting the job done, then it doesn't work.
Right. Second down and 7. Quick hitter here to Schreiman, who brings it in across the 25, or actually across the 30. Big gainer up to the 29-yard line. We'll give him 9 yards. A Beck Wellness Center first down, and there's that connection, Mike, we've become accustomed to see. And that time, that was his target. He took the snap, two steps, delivers a strike to Schreiman.
And the play action froze the linebackers, and they couldn't get back into the gaps. First down run, very short, minimal gain.
Yeah, Drake Williams with the carry. Give him 1, if that.
So now it's Arrowwood getting the bigger chunks of yards, and Williams, who had 125 in the first half, has 4 carries for a total of 6 yards here in the second half.
So on second down and 9. Arrowwood runs into a wall, the defensive front, and Colt Butler is shaken up. Coach Jolly not happy about something. I mean, there was some serious penetration defensively for Boonville.
They're jumping the snap count because they go, set, go on every time, and they jumped. That time they jumped the snap count and was able to get in there.
So 3rd down and 8. Ball at the 27-yard line.
Timeout.
And now Coach Jolly burns their first timeout of the second half with 1:58 left in the 3rd. We'll take a commercial break and be back with Boonville leading Osage 20-13. Back here on Lake TV for your game of the week. Boonville leads right now 20-13, but Osage has it at the 27-yard line. It's 3rd down and 8. Three wide receivers here, bottom side of your screen. It's going to be a delayed draw to Brock Arrowwood inside the 20, all the way down to the 11-yard line. It's a big gainer, 16-yard back. Wellness Center first down, and Osage is in business as a Boonville Pirate is slow to get up. So it'll be first down and 10 from the 11 after Brock Arrowwood. It's a great call. On third down and 9, you have 4 wide receivers. We've not seen that tonight for Osage, and it is a delayed draw as they work out a cramp here for Caseen Roper. And so we'll take a commercial break and be right back on Lake TV.
At New Spring Wellness Center, we understand how hectic life can be and the stress that comes with it. We also understand that your health often gets forgotten about. Whether it's addiction, weight loss, or lack of energy, New Spring Wellness Center offers natural services you won't find other places. From our vitamin IV drips to our laser hair removal and everything else. Naturally better health is our focus at New Spring Wellness Center in Osage Beach. Call now to schedule your free consultation.
It's the Lake Expo app, the lake's trusted news source, the boating lifestyle, the hottest lakefront real estate, where to go, what to see, and what to do at the lake. It's the Lake Expo app. Download it today.
So what are you in for? I had a few beers and I decided to drive. You? I stopped at a green light. I was high.
Dude, you can't be drunk or high while driving.
Yeah, that's illegal.
Even just slightly buzzed or high decreases your reaction time by at least 50%. What? It does.
Well, what did you guys do?
Us, we robbed the house.
Be a good guy. Don't drive drunk or high.
Kayshawn Roper, the injured Pirate, helped off the field, but Osage now first down and 10 from the 11. They got it inside the Price and Randall Injury Attorney's red zone after a nice play on third down and 9, a 17-yard Brock Arrowwood run. First down, they go back to Arrowwood, tries to get outside, bounces off a couple of Boonville defenders and has about 3 yards, going to bring up second down and 7 from the 8.
Pickens and Norbury in there on the tackle for Boonville. Looked like they had a chance to get to the corner, but they closed down quickly. And again, it was Williams who really broke loose in the second quarter. Now it's Arrowwood, who may be a little bit fresher, getting the carries here in the second half.
A lot of room out here for Hunter Schreiman. They're going to pitch outside to Colt Butler, and this one will be stopped. Looks like there is an illegal motion on Osage. So that'll back him up from the 8 to the 13, where it'll be second down and 12.
Fifth penalty on the night for 41 yards against School of the Osage. Yeah, it did have a Versailles score. They were kind of hanging around there with a very good Windsor team who won a state championship just a few years ago in Class 1. 22-6 at halftime is that score.
Camdenton and Rockbridge still in the second quarter, believe it or not, 42-28. Rockbridge, a lot of points put on the board by both teams.
Hickman, I think.
Yeah, Hickman.
Reverse.
Give it to Butler. Tries to get inside the 5-yard line. Still on his feet all the way down to the 1.
It's got to be a touchdown.
He's got a Beck Wellness Center first down. It'll be first and goal. I believe his shoulder and arm came down shy of the goal line. Great effort by the sophomore. First down and goal for the Indians here. They're going to go quick, Mike.
All kinds of options here. I thought his lean at the end there. Yeah, you're right. Shoulder was just, but the ball was out there too. I thought it was.
Arrowwood tries to get it. They're going to wait for this signal.
And the spot from the near side judge, he says second down, so no gain on the play.
So second down and goal now. Brock Arrowwood tries to get his 10th rushing touchdown of the season, and it was close.
Grohl was just a little slow getting up there.
Get a great look at it here.
Yeah, he was getting low there.
So second down and goal. Here's Trusty. Low snap. Oh, kicked into the end zone. Look out. I think Osage may have recovered their own kick.
I think Boonville had it. And it's
They're
gonna
saying touchback.
It's going to be a touchback. It'll come out to the 20 and Boonville's ball.
Even if Osage recovers?
I thought Boonville had it.
Oh, they did, and recovering it in the end zone for the Pirates. That's number 4, Brad Norberry, and that is an unfortunate break for Osage.
Arrowwood had a good shot at it, but, well, the official looking right on top. I think it actually came away from number 10, Bryce Newham.
So on 2nd and goal from the 1, a bad snap kicked into the end zone and recovered by Norberry. Boonville avoids Osage attempt to tie, and they get the ball back. 1st down and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
You ever seen anything like that before?
No, sir.
That's a new one for me. Kicked into the end zone.
So 20-13, the score remains. McDonald gets the carry.
Boy, he's tough.
Yeah, he is. 3 yards on 1st down before he's dragged down from behind. 2nd down and 7. And Osage, 2 disastrous plays towards this end zone tonight. The last touchdown to end the first half. And that time, 1st and goal from the 1, and they come up empty.
Yeah, first turnover of the night on School of the Osage. I wonder how that would have been scored if an Osage player had recovered. I mean, the ball was kicked into the end zone. It wasn't like it was fumbled into the end zone.
So that's going to conclude our 3rd quarter of play. No points once again in the 3rd quarter. We'll head to the 4th quarter with Boonville out in front by a score, 20-13.
Competing on the field requires hard work. It also requires effort and making good choices, which carries over off the field. Like good choices behind the wheel of your car. Did you know that a driver is 20 times more likely to be in a serious accident if texting and driving? Last year alone, 104 people were killed in Missouri from distracted driving. So keep leading the statistics, but don't become one. Buckle up, phones down. This Drive Safe, Boat Safe reminder brought to you by Price & Randall, injury attorneys.
At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic and 2 pediatricians with same-day appointments available. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone with 5 primary care locations conveniently located across the Ozarks. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
And we're back from Boonville here live on Lake TV for the Boonville and Osage Week 7 matchup, and Boonville out in front 20-13 for those of you just joining us, and Osage on the verge of cutting in, if not tying.
Yeah, Boonville had, they were in a situation where they'd really outplayed. Here's the 1st down running play, 3rd down.
McDonald gets the carry. He's close to 1st down yardage. It's going to bring up 3rd down and short here, and Boonville so tough in these situations. 3rd down and 1 from the 29-yard line.
Yeah, Boonville, came out in the 3rd quarter, got a stop, ran the ball down the field, got held out, but they'd kind of dominated the 3rd quarter, and then Osage had a chance to tie it up, and it got away from them.
So 3rd down and short. Play clock, still plenty of time. Huff now takes the snap, calls his own number. He's hit, but keeps those legs moving and drives it forward for a Beck Wellness Center 1st down. Tough run from Tatum Huff.
Yeah, Brody Price with a good tackle, but I think maybe he'd done some bench presses, some leg presses, because that was some serious leg strength there by Huff to get that 1st down.
Yeah, the Boonville junior is a beast in the weight room. I know as a freshman, his coach, Lynn Father, talked about how proud he was just of that freshman class, including Tatum, and the work they had put in. They love the weight room here in Boonville. 1st down, McDonald gets the carry, tries to get outside, now cuts back inside. It's 3 or 4 on 1st down. And Osage's done a good job of limiting those runs, but those 4 5-yard carries on 1st down just put you in a tough spot.
Good read there by McDonald. That play was designed to go outside with the guard pulling, but he saw a gap back in the middle. Hey, I'll take the 4-yard gain.
Yeah, man, he's been tough. Imagine at Boonville, 4-2. He played in that Week 2 loss. I'm not saying they would have beat Blair Oaks by any means, but, man, he has been so tough tonight. And on 2nd and 7, he's back out in the backfield there. Some movement.
Yeah, it looked like a false start, but no call.
Huff now. Great chip block.
Yeah.
Huff keeps those legs moving, and he somehow gets 4 yards out of that. Going to bring up 3rd down and 2. A lot of movement pre-snap.
Yeah, I guess they say that guy in the slot there, it's okay for him to move if he then goes laterally, but it looked to me like that was just a false start. He was set and kind of leaned forward, shuffle step.
The clock now. Keep an eye on that because Boonville, they eat it up quickly. 9:40 left here in the ball game. 3rd down and 1. Nope, going to be a read option. Nice play by Huff. He makes Drake Williams miss, who had him dead to rights in the backfield. And Tatum Huff with a 3-yard Beck Wellness Center first down. And that is savvy quarterback play.
Yeah, just using. That just shows you don't have to pancake somebody to make a good block. Just get in his way. And that's what the running back did there. Good job, and Huff read it very well. Well, I'll tell you what, you mentioned the clock just a moment ago. I mean, stop and think about it. If Boonville scores again here, you know, both these are kind of grinded out teams. Look at this defensive set for Osage.
Quick hitter into the flat. Looking for Logan Kahns. He's got him. Cross midfield up to the 46-yard line. It's a Beck Wellness Center first down on the 11-yard gain. It looked like there was blocking before offensive pass interference.
Well, I thought it was blocking the back there on the sideline. Yeah, if you're like within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage, you can do that. See if we can pick this up here. No, well, yeah, you see the result, and whoever it was for Osage is like, where's the flag, guys?
Yeah, Robert Dubbs got pushed. Definitely looked like in the back. 1st down and 10. Boonville they're in control of this one at this point, Mike. 8:40 left on the clock, and they've got it in Osage territory. Fresh set of downs. McDonald makes the first guy miss and has twice now. Seen Drake Williams come up there. He's coming in high. You got to go low and make the tackle.
Yeah, Wilkes, he cleaned it up there. Good save. No gain on the play, but boy, they had a chance to drop him for an extra yard loss. So the first time in this drive for Boonville, they're not 2nd and 5, 2nd and 6. You know, it's a little different situation if you want to keep running the ball, but man, they're eating some clock up.
Yeah, this is the time for Osage defense. They have to get a stop. Like to see somebody being vocal. There's Hunter Schreiman trying to get the defense up here. In the flat now, Huff.
Good coverage.
Into the flat, good coverage and good connection. About a 6-yard gainer up to the 40. Has Logan Kahns. It'll be 3rd down and 4 upcoming, and good patience there from Huff. It was great coverage downfield. Pocket begins to collapse, and he just rolls out to his right and very comfortably, Mike, dumps it off for 5.
Yeah, you give it 4 or 5 seconds to anybody, they're going to get somebody's going to get open. And that was, as you called it, just a great job by Huff, just to take his time. I think if it had gone another second, I think he would have just thrown it away too.
So 3rd down and 4. McDonald gets the carry up the middle. Keeps those legs moving. It's a Beck Wellness Center first down. Incredible effort by Alex McDonald and his Boonville Pirate front. They are starting to wear down the Osage defensive line.
Yeah, that was just, players shaking up for School of the Osage. Look at the lineman come here and just push the pile. Look like a rugby play. Man, somebody could get hurt. Get your ankle underneath, your leg underneath you, get twisted. Oof.
Jaden Wilkes shaking up for Osage. We'll take a commercial break and be back with 7:41 left in the 4th, and Boonville out in front, 20-13.
It all started in Missouri.
These hills have heard our language.
This identity is more than just a history lesson.
We are a nation that stands very strong because of the people that came before us.
We're Wajaji, and the Wajajis come from Missouri.
Back here on Lake TV, 7:41 left in tonight's game of the week. And Boonville in control, Mike. They're up 7 points with it 1st down and 10, 34-yard line.
We've seen some odd things in this contest. We'll see if Boonville can finish here.
McDonald gets the carry with a big package and taken down. Great piece of tackling. Big number 66 for Osage comes in there. Landon Robbins cleans it up, the senior. We're going to have 2nd down and 9. And for Osage defense, they need somebody to step up here, Mike.
I was just looking at McDonald's carries. That's 27 now on the night.
Yeah, if he's on a snap count, 35 is his limit.
Yeah, right. Looks like running for USC back in the 1960s or something. Yeah, we're going to limit him.
2nd down and 9. Rolling to his left, look out. He's got some room now. He's going to run it before he's sandwiched between a couple of defenders. Osage drops him for a loss of 1. Going to bring up 3rd down and 10. Nice job on the play by Nick Joyner. Gets the stop, and it's a 3rd down and 10, Mike. And on this possession, Boonville is 3 for 3 from 3rd down. They've had 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, and 3rd and 4. Converted on all 3 of them, but this one, 3rd down and 10, a huge play for both sides.
Yeah, but that last one, if Huff has time to set and throw, he had Landon Kahns on a fly pattern, a post pattern, wide open, got behind the defense.
Here's the play of the game thus far for Osage's defense. 3rd down and 10.
Delay. I should have been delay of game.
And it is delay of game. You're Johnny on the spot, Mike.
That's what I'm here for, man.
Yeah, I love it. You got it. Delay of game. Now 3rd down and 15. That's a big break for Osage. And I was just about to say on 3rd down and 10, probably four down territory.
You would think.
If you're Boonville, if you get 5+, easy choice. But now on 3rd down and 15, could change things.
Yeah, I would think somehow Osage has to get some pressure here, and that's something they've really, except for the 1 sack they got, really haven't been able to do tonight. But at least bother Huff a little bit, let himself, because he's got some kids that can catch the ball.
Yep, 3rd and 15. A little up and under. Now some pressure. Going to throw a great throw to Kahns. It's going to be cleaned up from behind, but a good gainer. All the way up to the 25-yard line.
He's going to be a little short of the 1st down, but that was just a Mahomes.
14-yard gain.
A little Mahomesian-looking pass there. Which Kahns was that? Was that Logan or Landon?
Number 11.
Landon.
Landon Kahns with the catch and run. And really, what a savvy play here. Like, didn't have to be cute, just had to give him a shot, and he sure did. That being Tatum Huff. So 4th down and 1.
Is this ball game here?
Still 2 timeouts for Osage in 5 minutes, but this is so important as Boonville calls the timeout. So an ever important 4th down and 1 on the other side of this commercial when we return to Lake TV. It's the Lake Expo app, the lake's trusted news source, the boating lifestyle, the hottest lakefront real estate, where to go, what to see, and what to do at the lake. It's the Lake Expo app. Download it today. Back here on Lake TV for a big 4th down and 1, and you got to guard not only McDonald, but you got to worry about Huff on a read option here or a design. Quarterback draw also in the backfield here.
Bryce knew him. Number 10.
All-state linebacker, and they're going to go McDonald. He's got 1st down yardage and then some. Alex McDonald for the 3rd time tonight to the house. This time from 26 yards out on 4th down and 1. Alex McDonald, your player of the game up to this point.
You know, if I'd have gotten a chance there, I was getting ready to say something. I think on defense you had to sell out there, and you know, if you can get the stop, then you got plenty of time to get down and get the 1 score. They sold out, and if you sell out like that defensively and somebody breaks through that first line of defense, especially a running back like McDonald, he's going to finish.
The extra point is up, and it is good. Maybe not pretty, but does the trick. And with 5:04, Osage in trouble here in Boonville.
The best year-round dining at Lake of the Ozarks is Tucker Shuckers Oyster and Tap. Open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. Enjoy our award-winning menu, including our signature oysters. And we serve food until 11, so stop by tonight after the Indians game. Tucker Shuckers on the historic Bagnell Dam Strip. Proud sponsor of Osage Indians football on Lake TV.
At Beck Wellness, we always say that if you don't make time for your wellness, you'll be forced to make time for your illness. Our goal is to make sure you're ready to enjoy all the lake has to offer, and more importantly, that you don't miss out on the moments that matter the most. From neuropathy, problems with your feet, hip, or back pain, and even a spinal tune-up. I'll make sure you're set to enjoy the moments that matter the most. I'm Dr. Mark Beck, inviting you to stop by for a consultation. But for now, back to this live high school game of the week on Lake TV.
Back here on Lake TV, Boonville regains the 14-point lead. I guess it was only 13, so their largest lead tonight. And set to kick off are the Pirates, and that's going to be fielded by Drake Williams at his own 11-yard line. Across the 30 up to the 35-yard line. And that's where Osage has it now, just 4:57, 2 timeouts down 2 scores. Needless to say, they got to hurry.
Yeah, they got to air it out now. You cannot just have that ground and pound type game. Well, we'll see what Osage can get done. Man, that play where the ball was fumbled basically on the 2-yard line. Was it the 1-yard line?
Yeah, it was first and goal from the 1. They get stuffed on first down.
They got stuffed on first down. It was second down, I think.
And then all heck broke loose for Osage. Still time, though. Quick hitter into the flat. Drake Williams, look out. Here's Drake Williams across midfield, inside the 40. He will go all the way to the house from 66 yards out. The Osage Indians are alive. How about that for a quick strike, partner?
Well, I mean, he could have got there a second or two quicker and saved a little bit of time there. But, wow, what a play. 64 on the touchdown. And it was blocked well since it was thrown behind the line of scrimmage. You are legally allowed to block downfield. So Osage closes the gap, and I believe they have 2 timeouts remaining.
Yeah, just 9 seconds it took them.
Okay, that's efficiency.
That was a really well-designed play, and Drake Williams' impressive night continues.
Player had the angle on him, and he couldn't get it done.
Again, Robert Dubbs, a great job on the hold. The extra point up and good for Brady Clark as we get a look at Drake Williams from 64 yards out to pull the Osage Indians back to within a score. We'll be right back after this.
Tailgate season is here. Get ready for the fun at Husker GMC. We have the best prices on Sierra trucks, perfect for every adventure. Right now, buy a new Sierra 1500 Elevation and save over $9,000 off MSRP. There's a reason why so many customers choose Husker GMC. Shop and save on Sierra 1500, 2500, and 3500 at your GMC truck headquarters. Shop now at huskergmc.com or visit our showroom in Lincoln. We are professional grade.
Hey everybody, it's Daryl Cunningham with Slumberland Furniture at the Lake. It's one of the most fun weeks of the year because we're getting ready for our customer appreciation sale. We're going to cook hot dogs, we're going to have great drinks, giveaways, games for extra discounts. Not only that, we're going to have interest-free financing as well. So you need to come check out all the fun at our customer appreciation sale at Slumberland Furniture, where we're bringing happy home.
And we're back on Lake TV. What it looked like all hope was lost for the Osage Indians, down 2 scores, 5 minutes left on their first play on that drive, 64 yards to Drake Williams. So the ensuing kickoff, a good one, fielded at the 5-yard line, trying to get back across. A great coverage on the play by the Indians.
Yeah, and their first was Colt Butler. Had some help as well. I can't quite get the number. Sorry about that. Well, makes you wonder why they don't kick it deep more often. That little pop-up kick has hurt them a couple of times tonight. That is School of the Osage. Well, first down's a big deal here.
Yeah.
Deep in their own territory.
You also got to be careful when you sell out on a read option. Tatum Huff, he can run quickly. So Osage down a score. We'll see if their defense can't get the stop.
They do give you a different look on defense here.
Go to McDonald.
Wow.
Good gainer. He's so quick. To the 24-yard line. He has 5 yards on first down. Going to bring up second down and 5 as you see Osage head coach Shannon Jolly trying to will his team to get a stop here.
Yeah, just that quick little move going to his left. And something you can expect from Tatum Huff is he'll run the play clock all the way down at 20 seconds now, so he can take it inside 4 minutes before snapping the ball.
Yeah, and this is one of the best clock management teams we've seen. We've often asked the question, why are they not eating up more of the play clock? Well, that's not a question with this Boonville Pirates team. Second down run. McDonald falls forward and gets a wonderful spot. Wow. Can't believe they put it at the 29-yard line. Going to bring up third. Nope, they're going to give him a Beck Wellness Center first down. You talk about a good spot. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, he bounced there.
He was a full yard and a half
still
short.
Yeah. Running behind Braylon Ellison is never a bad idea.
So first down and 10 now. 3:45 left. 2 timeouts for Osage. You'll have to see them start to utilize those moving forward. McDonald.
Oh, I thought that ball came loose for a second. Wow.
Runs into a wall as his guard was run over. What a defensive play on that one. I believe that was Longolier who gets back there for a 3-yard loss. Do you call a timeout there?
I would have been really tempted to, I would think. Well, I thought as awkwardly as McDonald went to the ground there that he was going to that ball was going to come out for a moment, but didn't. Somebody stopped it. No, the clock's still running, isn't it?
Still running, still 15 seconds on the play clock. They can take it down to about 2:47 on this play, should they want. They go quickly. Little play action. Great job closing quickly by Brock Arrowwood, and that stops the clock with 2:49 to go. I think they were hoping to catch Osage napping, and I actually liked the call. Just wasn't executed on the throw and catch, and Brock Arrowwood, great coverage, and he was there to make sure Cons didn't make a great catch.
That was the 3rd time tonight they've run that very same play. Fool me once, they connected on the first time. The last 2 have not worked. I don't know. Now you've stopped the clock 1 time already with an incomplete pass. Do you risk a pass again here?
Yeah, you can't just play to give it back to Osage. I think they're trying to pick up a first down. They're going to run this way. He's got a man open. He's going to take a shot. Hunter Schreiman's back and knocks it down. What a play defensively for Hunter Schreiman. Great job by Tatum Huff to even get the football away. Nick Joyner was all over him, and Hunter Schreiman stays home, gets the stop at Osage. A chance to get the football back, Mike.
Yeah, I thought he had an underneath man in the flat, but elected to throw the bomb here up the middle. So the further you throw that ball, boy, he had a chance to catch that.
And
too.
Hunter Schreiman just timed that jump perfectly. Goes up, and that's the play of the night for the Indians. Here's the punt. Schreiman fields at his 32. Makes the first guy miss. Here's Hunter Schreiman now. Tries to reverse fields. Cuts back in and tripped up at the 45-yard line, but a really good return. And Osage, an opportunity here, Mike. 2:33 on the clock.
William, if he could have got to the outside there was all kinds of room for Schreiman, but he saw a lane in the middle. Kind of did a toe pick there and stumbled a little bit, kind of killed the run, but still, hey, all kinds of time. I mean, this looked hopeless just a few minutes ago, and now Osage got a stop after that long touchdown play, and they got plenty of time here to get something done.
2:31, 2 timeouts. Running is still very much alive. Here's Drake Williams. Hit and look out. He is nailed. He was going down awkwardly. You could tell he's athletic. Otherwise, you're headed to the hospital. That was a weird tackle in regards to Drake Williams' body.
Yeah, he really hadn't secured the ball all that well either, and it was kind of out there. What a nice play out there by Dylan Clark.
Looking into the flat, has his man. Colt Butler spins forward as a Beck Wellness Center first down at the 42. A 9-yard completion into Boonville territory. Still 2 minutes plus on the clock.
Clock stopped momentarily. And started again before the chains were set.
It's a great call on second down to the sophomore. Here's Maverick Trusty rolling to his right. Great job by Arrowwood to pick up the block. Looking, I believe that's Ethan Wall who has it. Only 3 yards, but does get out of bounds to stop the clock.
Yeah, Wall gets his first catch of the night, I believe it is. Yeah, his first catch of the evening. No, yes. Write something down here real quick. Got it.
So second down and 7 after the 3-yard completion. Arrowwood gets the carry, keeps those legs moving. He's up to the 44-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and Osage calls their first timeout with a huge 3rd down and 5 upcoming. Obviously, 4th down territory here for Osage, and I don't know who they ended up giving the timeout for because both coaches wanted one.
they signal Osage with a timeout, so he's used 2. 1 remaining. So I think the down is really kind of inconsequential here because you're going for it on 4th down. It doesn't matter.
Sure.
So 3rd and what? Long 5, short 6. I don't know.
Ball's to 37, and again, I mean, how we got to this point, it was just 27-13 with 4:57 left in the game. Osage, a 66-yard touchdown in 1 play, and their defense gets a stop, and now they're looking at a 3rd down and 5 from the Boonville 37-yard line, just 1:43 left. Boonville has 2 timeouts, Osage just 1.
Now, if they run a rollout here, it's pretty much going to have to be to the, well, it doesn't have to be the left, but it would most likely be to the left. I think a good play from Maverick is if there's no real hard backside pressure, stop and throw the ball. It opens up the field for you. What a ball game.
Yeah, 3rd down and 5. Trusty takes the snap, he will pass. Steps up in the pocket, he's gonna have to run for it. Falls forward, he's got a Beck Wellness Center first down at the 31-yard line. The senior, Maverick Trusty, picks up a huge first down. Great coverage as the pocket started to collapse. That's that veteran savvy nature of Maverick Trusty. Osage in business, 1st and 10, ball at the 31. Pitch out to Drake Williams, he's got some room. Leaps a guy and has a 7 or 8 yard gain. Drake Williams, the athleticism, and he climbs the ladder. Oh, baby.
That is a scary thing to do. 8 yards on the pickup, and he gets out of bounds, which, no, I guess he didn't. The clock's running. He didn't get out of bounds?
Well, I don't know how much. I mean, you have plenty of time here. Minute 5 with a timeout. But, yeah, he jumped out of bounds. And Coach Jolly's asking the same thing, saying, I mean, he literally jumped over everybody and landed out of play.
Yeah, I mean, he went out on the field and got the linesman on that side.
They're talking about it.
Yeah, they've got to go back and review that. Here's the play. He's not contacted. And
well, he was contacted.
Well, he was contacted late there, but still out of bounds. I don't know.
So they force Osage. No, now they're talking it off, talking it over. We're going to wait and see. Yeah, I think they're going to give Osage their timeout back.
The referee's having quite a discussion, long-range discussion.
Well, they marked this off. The big situation, or the big thing to know, is it's 2nd down and 2. Ball's the 23-yard line, and we've got just a minute left with Osage trailing by 7. And it looks like Osage has no timeouts remaining.
Okay, I'm not sure what's going on here. Did they take the timeout from Osage?
Whoa, they put 1:15 back on the clock, and they give Osage their timeout back.
Okay, and I think that's the correct call. This isn't the NFL.
2nd down and 2, taking a shot for the end zone, looking for Hunter Schreiman, and it's nearly intercepted. Great play defensively by Brad Norberry. He very nearly intercepted that. Nice job by Hunter Schreiman making sure he turned into the defender, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and short.
Yeah, maybe a little too much air into that ball in time for the defender to adjust, and he did it. Oh, he was just right there, good coverage. That hit him in the face mask, didn't it?
Yeah, both players nearly had a shot. 3rd down and short. Obviously 4-down territory here. Osage trailing by 7.
Got to get the first down.
Gives it to Drake Williams, falls forward, and now the second effort. He's got, I believe, a Beck Wellness Center first down. He does.
Pretty good spot there for Williams. He's been shut down here more or less in the second half.
Oh, he got a terrible spot. The guy came in and ended up putting it on his back
they got to
foot.
make up their mind what they're doing here. The clock's running. Oh, man, that is not a good spot.
So here is huge play, 40 seconds left, 4th down and inches.
Sweep, no.
Maverick Trusty lowers his head. He has 1st down yardage inside the 20. And now I believe Osage, well, they're going to have to hurry. Just 32 seconds left inside the Price and Randall Injury Attorneys red zone. The clock will tick. What an effort from Maverick Trusty to keep this game alive.
Single setback. He's got to help out with the blocking.
Taking a shot for Schreiman. It's underthrown and intercepted. And that will do it. The interception on the play by number 1, Dylan Clark, the junior.
Yeah, but the play was made by Braylon Ellison, who got into the legs of Maverick Trusty, and that caused the ball to hang up. You'll see the pressure come up here. Boy, he took a leg there, didn't he? There's no way he could step into that throw.
So the interception to seal the deal for Dylan Clark with 14 seconds left, and Boonville on their way to a 5-2 start. Osage will fall to 5-2, Mike, and heartbreaking loss for Osage. They had their opportunities, but you have to credit the Boonville Pirates, who did what they had to, and they're going to win tonight by a final score, 27-20 on Lake TV's Game of the Week. We'll take a short commercial break, and we'll be back with our Van Subaru post-game show on Lake TV.
Competing on the field requires hard work. It also requires effort and making good choices, which carries over off the field. Like good choices behind the wheel of your car. Did you know that a driver is 20 times more likely to be in a serious accident if texting and driving? Last year alone, 104 people were killed in Missouri from distracted driving. So keep leading the statistics, but don't become one. Buckle up, phones down. This Drive Safe, Boat Safe reminder brought to you by Price and Randall, Injury Attorneys.
Tailgate season is here. Get ready for the fun at Husker GMC. We have the best prices on Sierra trucks, perfect for every adventure. Right now, buy a new Sierra 1500 Elevation and save over $9,000 off MSRP. There's a reason why so many customers choose Husker GMC. Shop and save on Sierra 1500, 2500, and 3500 at your GMC truck headquarters. Shop now at huskergmc.com or visit our showroom in Lincoln. We are professional grade.
It's time for a new home, and your solution is Ozark Homes under the water tower in Laurie. Your home is and should be your safe place. At Ozark Homes, we take your dream and make it a reality while staying within your budget. With real estate and construction prices at an all-time high, let Ozark Homes stretch your dollar. We have many customizable options, including kitchens, bathrooms, fireplaces. We even offer a second-level option. Quotes are always free, so give us a call or stop by today. Ozark Homes, making homeowners' dreams a reality for over 30 years.
The best year-round dining at Lake of the Ozarks is Tucker Shuckers Oyster and Tap. Open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. Enjoy our award-winning menu, including our signature oysters. And we serve food until 11, so stop by tonight after the Indians game. Tucker Shuckers on the historic Bagnell Dam Strip. Proud sponsor of Osage Indians football on Lake TV.
Lake Lake life starts here. At Lake Expo Real Estate, we know that buying or selling a lakefront property is more than just a transaction. It's the beginning of a new chapter. A chapter that we strive to make easy, from listing to closing. In a competitive market, we showcase your property to the masses online with LakeExpo.com, returning unmatched visibility. And if you're ready to buy that lake house, our team lives and breathes the lake lifestyle, so we know what this chapter is all about. At Lake Expo Real Estate, we believe in community, cherishing those lasting memories, and helping make your lake dream a reality. Check us out online to find lake properties. No logins, no distractions, just pure, unfiltered lake views and options. Lake Expo Real Estate, where we are ready to be a part of your next chapter.
Life truly is all about memories, but more importantly, those we create those memories with. And at Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes, our staff focuses on the families we serve.
Maybe you wouldn't necessarily know where to start. Josh showed up from the beginning to the end. He did amazing. I would absolutely recommend him to everybody I know.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we understand it's the little things that make a big difference for the families we serve.
Tailgate season is here. Get ready for the fun at Husker GMC. We have the best prices on Sierra trucks, perfect for every adventure. Right now, buy a new Sierra 1500 Elevation and save over $9,000 off MSRP. There's a reason why so many customers choose Husker GMC. Shop and save on Sierra 1500, 2500, and 3500 at your GMC truck headquarters. Shop now at huskergmc.com or visit our showroom in Lincoln. We are professional grade.
Now live on the field as we welcome you back for our Van Subaru post-game show, Greg Huff, head coach of the Boonville Pirates. Coach, it was a crazy game, but you guys found a way to get the W. What's this win mean to your team tonight?
You know, it's a huge win for us because we're off next week, and it's hard after a loss. The next thing you want after a loss is that next Friday to kind of get back on and get going. So we put a lot of effort into our preparation in this, challenged our kids to find improvement from last week's performance, and they did. Offensive line, really proud of them. Allo was back this week, been out for the last 3 weeks, so you can kind of see the spark that he brings to our team. And then defensively, you know, just to make some plays, and they're at the end of the game to come down to honestly, the last play. So credit to our kids, credit to our coaches too, as well, and really proud of our effort tonight, and it's a good win.
Coach, I want to talk about you guys got off to a really fast start, right? But then you let Osage bounce back, an unfortunate hop on special teams, but you didn't let that define the outcome of the game. You guys bounced back. Talk about your guys' resilience tonight.
Yeah, we talked about that in the pregame. I knew Coach Jolly and staff do a good job in all three phases, and I seen that kick last week against Hallsville, and crazy, our kid did the exact same thing that we watched in film and said, don't do this, but that happens. Credit to that kid, Sammy, to bounce back, because that was a huge moment for him. And then he plays safety the whole second half and still continues to make plays. So credit to him to have that resilience, and then make the big play before halftime right there, give a kid an opportunity, goes out and makes a play. So really happy with our kids on both sides of the ball. Again, our coaching staff, big win for our program.
One thing I noticed tonight, Tatum Huff, incredible job, not only holding on to the football, but there were times where he didn't try to do too much and really protected the football. Talk about how he's matured the last couple of seasons.
You know, Tatum's done a good job all year of eliminating the sack and the negative play. We went almost 5 weeks not giving up a sack. And, again, I kind of think that has to do with his growing up and understanding, protect the football, stay away from the negative plays. And then in opportunities like before halftime, we're on fourth down, give people chances to make a play. So again, just happy with Tatum and his growth, our team's growth, and there's still more. There's still more, and we got to clean up some things, but we'll be real happy about this one tonight. Again, proud of our kids in all phases, and it's a good win.
Hey, Coach, congratulations on the win. Enjoy that bye week. Look forward to catching up soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's Boonville head coach Greg Huff. Now we bring in our Save Mo Lives player of the game, Alex McDonald, on senior night. Got to talk about having to sit out the last 3 weeks with an injury, come back on senior night. What did this performance mean to you?
it meant a lot, man. You know, like, I've been out for the last 3 weeks, couldn't really do nothing. I just got cleared Monday by my doctor. I was able to play today, so just took it all in and gave my all.
You did an amazing job. 3 scores tonight, and of course, you really set the tone all night. Talk about your offensive front and the holes they were creating.
You know, yeah, my big guys up front, you know, I love them. They make big holes, you know. They got pride, you know, they want to win.
On senior night in front of this crowd at this place, as much as this program means to you, what did tonight's performance mean to you?
It meant a lot. Like, you know, like I said, like all my seniors, you know, back when I was in middle school, they was in 8th grade. Time flies, so take advantage of it.
I got to ask, you guys at 5-2, you guys get a bye week next week, but what are the realistic expectations for you guys the rest of the way?
You know, just keep competing, you know, keep on being us. You know, I'm back, so, you know, just keep on doing our thing.
Incredible performance. Good stuff tonight. That's your Save Mo Lives Player of the Game, and we appreciate you. Good luck the rest of the way. Incredible stuff. Alex McDonald, incredible performance tonight as we round up. We're going to take a short commercial break. We'll be back with the rest of our Van Subaru postgame show with Mike Bissell back in the booth.
And back at Boonville High School once again. Boonville hangs on for the win here at 27-20 to get their record to 5-2, 4-1 in Tri-County Conference play, and certainly with a leg up on second place in the conference, and in a conference that contains Blair Oaks. That's pretty good, actually. School of the Osage falls to 5-2, 3-2 in conference play, and I think still in pretty good shape in regards to that 1 seed in their district. Let's look at the visitors' numbers here first. First of all, for School of the Osage, Butler had 3 carries for 13 yards, had a big 12-yarder there late. Trusty, 2 carries for 10 yards. Those were both very late in the game on that final drive. Williams was held pretty much in check there in that second half. 18 carries for 140 yards, but only 15 of that in the second half. Arrowwood picked up the slack, 17 carries, 83 yards. And he was perfectly split between the two halves, 41 in the first half, 42 in the second half. The passing stats, 6 for 14. Of course, that one interception that pretty much ended the game there. Butler had 1 catch for 11 yards. Williams had a big 64-yarder in the one-play drive for the touchdown. Wall, 1 for 3. Schreiman held in check, 2 for 23. And then Arrowwood, 1 for 2 yards. 246 on the ground for School of the Osage, 103 through the air, 349 net from scrimmage. And they had the 2 turnovers, 1 fumble, and that late interception. 5 penalties for 44 yards. For the Boonville Pirates, again, 4-2, 3-1 in conference play. Huff had 9 carries for 14 net yards. McDonald, huge night. 30 carries after missing the last 3 weeks. 30 carries for 209 yards. Had the big 26-yard touchdown run there in the second half. Simmons had 2 for 3, and Roper had 1 for 7 yards. 233 yards rushing for Boonville on 43 carries. They did have the 1 turnover. The passing stats, 12 for 20 for Huff. The catches went to McDonald, 1 for 14 in the first half of play. Landon Collins, 4 for 44. And Logan beat him out. He had 4 for 47 in the game. 95 yards through the air, 233 rushing, 328 net from scrimmage for Boonville. They had the 1 turnover in the first half. Penalties were a big factor for them, 6 for 60. Our final score once again, 27-20. We'll come back to wrap up in just a moment from Boonville. They win 27-20 over School of the Osage.
So what are you in for? I had a few beers and I decided to drive. You? I stopped at a green light. I was high.
Dude, you can't be drunk or high while driving.
Yeah, that's illegal.
Even just slightly buzzed or high decreases your reaction time by at least 50%. What? It does.
Well, what did you guys do?
Us, we robbed the house.
Be a good guy. Don't drive drunk or high.
Well, certainly the most entertaining game we have had this season. We'll try to do better next week as well, too, as we'll have the Eldon Mustangs hosting the California Pintos tomorrow night, or actually next Friday night from Victor Field in Eldon, 6:30 with a pregame and 7 o'clock with the kickoff. 27-20, Boonville gets the win over School of the Osage. For our entire Lake TV crew. For Wham, I'm Mike. This has been another presentation of Lake TV.